It's been a weekend. I don't even know how to start today. Don't even know. I don't want to complain because you should always be grateful for everything in the world. Grateful for the beautiful days that you have ahead of you. Grateful for the days that you've just lived and experienced. But sometimes those days don't go exactly as you have planned. Like starting, what the hell was that? Like starting this show. Starting the show doesn't always go exactly as planned. You know, my topics don't go exactly as planned. I wake up in the morning and things don't necessarily go exactly as planned, but that's okay. That's okay. We overcomplicate life. We overcomplicate our schedules. We overcomplicate the simplest thing. It's called relaxation. It's called taking time off for yourself. We neglect ourselves. We neglect ourselves and we overcomplicate relaxation. How can you overcomplicate relaxation? I can. Trust me, I do. All the time. Highly motivated over here to East Coast Visual Media. Major Ganji, Major Nugs, welcome to the Sunday Sesh. And over here I've got Blaine Hilton. Welcome. Highly motivated. Right now, everybody, just want to let you know we are live on LinkedIn, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, Instagram, talky-talk, YouTube, and then Facebook rebroadcasts us, sort of. Okay, today we're not going to be here forever. Why? Because I have such a busy week. I have to be up crazy early in the morning. So we're here as long as we can be here. We're here as long as the vibe allows us to be here. And as you see, I am sporting my Ideal Goldflower hat. Ideal, one of the growers for Goldflower Cannabis. Goldflower Cannabis is a medical cannabis provider here in the state of Florida with now 16 locations. We just opened up North Miami on Biscayne Boulevard. We also just opened up Orange Park, which is just southeast of Jacksonville. Really, to me, it's Jacksonville. It's like connected all in one. And so and then Tallahassee just opened. Coming up really soon, we've got Gainesville. Man, we got North Orlando. We have locations coming for Goldflower all over the place. So I'm really excited for the customers, the patients, the people that really just want better flower. And I have to thank everybody out there for talking so good about Goldflower. That's all I've seen lately. All I have seen lately is beautiful, beautiful messages about Goldflower, about their great service, about their incredible people, about the product that is just out of this world. Out of this world. We see getting enhanced all over Florida. Thank you, Looney Tunes. Everybody welcome Eric Looney Tunes to Highly Motivated. I tell you, I am jazzed. Before the show, I wasn't so jazzed. Before the show started, I was a little down. And, I've got somebody working on one of my vehicles, and they happened to purchase a part that was compatible with my vehicle, but not compatible that I would have had to purchase even more parts to make that part compatible, when you could just go get the right part for it. And when you get the right part for it, then obviously compatibility goes hand in hand. So instead of the car being fixed today, it might be fixed tomorrow. I said might. Might be fixed tomorrow, but that's okay. This guy tries really hard. And occasionally he gets the wrong part. But when you're looking at cost-effective service, again, not everything goes your way. Not everything goes exactly as you've planned. And like I said, starting at the beginning of the show, your days are never exactly as planned. I don't know why we even bother planning them, knowing nothing's going to go that way. Okay, I'm just rolling a quickie smoky smoke. I've got some cream soda limonada right here, which is from Goldflower Cannabis. And Eric, you're right. Look, Eric knows about the parts. He asked if it was the flux capacitor. 100% it was a flux capacitor. It was the flux I don't know the fuck. I don't know what the fuck that is. No, it was not the flux capacitor. It was actually the wheel bearing and rotor combination. Not rotor, no. Let's just say wheel bearing. And the spokes that it's like a whole piece. And the spokies that came out of it were like a little bigger, a little thicker. Sometimes you're going to be a little bigger. No, it's not one size fits all. Okay. Now, I'm not licking the dollar. I'm licking the joint. Even though it might look that way. All right. Look at this beautiful joint I just rolled. Cannabis, medical, just, let me see. It's all about the girth. You're right, Looney. No, everybody. Looney is 100% right now. It is all about the girth. This one's a little skinny. And I don't know. Actually, this has got a nice. All right. So my papers are a little bit longer. These are the papers that I'm using. These are the Tyson Futurola. It's like they almost roll themselves. Almost. Unless somebody's watching me. And then they don't roll themselves. Kind of like how the whole quantum entropy or the quantum entanglement works. It goes one way when being watched and another way when it's not watched. So the same with my joint rolling ability. Sometimes I roll a beautiful Hisnucci, and then sometimes it could be a lot better. Okay. Anyways, rolled this one up. Very exciting. I call it my candy wrapper. You see that? So I twist both ends. Exotic Alchemy. I saw one of your posts, by the way. Beautiful bud. Everybody welcome Exotic Alchemy to Highly Motivated. See, this is what happens when we're on the Insta Cha-Cha. More people join me. I wish I was on the Facey Bookie live as well, not just on a rebroadcast. By the way, if you're leaving comments on the Facebook, I do not see them. All right, just letting you know. If you're leaving comments, I don't know shit. Okay. Here we go. It's been a weekend. And I don't know what happened to Saturday. Saturday just like blinked, poofed, totally gone. By the way, if you like my hat and you want to get a hat just like mine, I know everybody does. Everybody does. Great to see you too, Exotic. So if you want to get a hot, if you'd like a hot, just like my hot, you got to go to Goldflower Cannabis. And Goldflower Cannabis, 16 locations here in Florida, soon to be 17, 18, 19, 20. Boom! They are blowing up. And they may only have 16 locations, but Goldflower is already on the list here in Florida as one of the top two. The top two. I'm saying they're number one. Prices, quality, people, the best damn cannabis anywhere in Florida. Organics, hand trimming, living soil, hydroponics with our heavyweight heads. And right here, that's what I'm smoking right now. The cream soda limonada. Limonada, little bit of cream soda. 100% hydroponic. How long is a smoky smoke good after it's rolled? Oh, look at you. All right, well, let's look at it like coffee, okay? That's why I like to roll them fresh occasionally. So coffee, if you don't roast the bean, the coffee bean is good for like ever, right? And then, or for like a couple years. And then once you roast the coffee beans, they're only good for like 60 days, right? And then after you grind your coffee bean, it's only good for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So when you're buying coffee in the store and it's already ground, it's shit. It's shit. It's red and it's longer than 60 days. It's shit. You should be roasting your own coffee. You should be grinding your own coffee. That is how big you're into your coffee. But if you're not that big into your coffee, then who gives a shit? But the most aroma that it's going to have, once roasted, you have 60 days. The best aroma that it's going to have, once grounded, you have 10 minutes. So with cannabis, I kind of look at it as long as the bud is a solid bud, as long as you're still in the solid bud phase, I think you're good like this. As long, as long as it has good containment, as long as it's in a good jar where you can seal the air off of it, I would say your bud like that in solid form is probably good for a few months. A few months, like 6 months, maximum 6 months. But it's already going to be dried up. It's not going to be everything that it used to be. Unless, of course, you're keeping it with a moisture pack in a glass jar and you're burping it every couple of days. Now, once you roll a joint, that's difficult. That's difficult. I mean, it depends how the joint's being kept. I mean, if it's in a joint container, like you got it in a container and this is breathable. So the joint is going to dry up. So once rolled, you should smoke it that day. It should be smoked the same day you roll it. Unless it's gold flour. And then you pick up their pre-rolls, and their pre-rolls are always amazing. So I don't know what the hell they're doing to their pre-rolls. Their pre-rolls are freaking amazing. But generally, once you roll it, you want to smoke it the same day, maybe second day. So first or second, I don't know, when I'm going on vacation, I roll a bunch of joints to come with me. And I spend the whole week smoking joints that I rolled. So I guess a week. Let's say a week. For good measure. For good measure. Christopher, welcome to Highly Motivated. Let me see, Christopher. Yes, I had a bad containment recently, but it's rare. You had a bad containment? I don't know if I want to ask him what that means. Right, the absence of a moisture pack is also part of the phenomenon that I saw. I noticed a couple of jars recently. I twist off the cap, go for the seal, but it's dried out already, and it's already peeling off. I'm going to tell you something interesting, Chris. If you have it in a plastic container, so the plastic is going to suck out all the moisture of your bud. All the moisture. That's why, look, Gold Flower keeps it in these hermetically sealed bags. And the inside of the bag is like an aluminum kind of, it's a moisture seal. And as long as you seal the top very good, it can last quite a long, the fuck is that? It can last quite a long time. Oh my God, what is happening? What is happening? My phone's going nuts. It can last quite a long time in a jar. A glass jar is the way you want to go. You don't really want it in a bag. You don't want it in a plastic container. You're going to want your cannabis in a glass jar. So the glass doesn't breathe in the same way. And you want to keep it out of the light, keep it out of the sun, keep it out of direct heat. You want to keep it somewhere nice and dark. What is this? Okay, let me just do a little adjustment here. Okay. So I just need to grow my own. Yes, you do, Eric. But you can't. Where you live, Eric, where you live, you can't. Where you live, it is a punishable offense by jail time, not just growing, but even possessing any amount of cannabis, Eric. That's ridiculous. Your state has gone stupid. Eric lives in Texas, and Texas rules for cannabis right now are super unjust. Unjust, unfair. Their governor, the governor went against what almost 70% of Texans. 70% of Texans want cannabis, want THC. And their governor and lieutenant governor went against all the voting public in Texas. So what's going to happen, this is going to turn Texas blue. What's going to happen is these schmucks are going to be voted out. And I think that's what's happening. Let me see. Once opened, you put it in glass jar. That's the strategy. 100% that's the strategy. Yes, my cannabis consumer conscious is now favoring bags because of the better seal. Bags because of the better seal, but take it out of the bag, take it out of your plastic containers, and you're going to want to put it into a glass jar. So the glass jar, and you put a moisture pack in there as well. Get like one of these little boosties or an Integra pack. It's not going to hurt your bud. It's just good to have it in there. You see, I doubt weed will be the thing that turns Texas blue. No, you're right. You're right. but it could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It may not turn the state blue, but they're going to start voting people out that don't vote in the favor of Texans. Keep in mind, the governor and the lieutenant governor of Texas took paybacks or payouts. What is it? They took $33 million from the alcohol boost pack, whatever they call it. I don't know politics well. I just read where the governor has taken money from the alcohol lobby. That's it. So from the alcohol lobbying group, the governor of Texas has taken what we can go ahead and call a bribe. Oh, I know it's big talk. I know we are making claims on the show, but they're not claims. Because if your governor goes against what 70% of the voting public in Texas wants, goes against it for their own views and their own, bribable box that, whatever. So they push cannabis out of the way so they can take money from the alcohol lobbying packs. I think this is ridiculous. And people should be calling them out for it. People should be holding them accountable for not voting as the public wants them to vote. And that should be in any state. Any state where your leader does not vote in the way that the majority wants them to vote, well, obviously they are corrupt. Obviously, they're taking a little kickback. Obviously, they are a piece of shit. I'm just 70% of your voting public. I don't care what the fucking topic is. If it's 70% of a voting public, then you vote because you were voted in by the public. You vote in their direction. Look how worked up it gets me. I don't even care if it's a sativa as long as it has flavor. Flavor and smell are 50%. Where did you go? Let me see. I doubt weed. The dispensary I go to has a no refunds policy. Well, they should go fuck themselves because the refunds are what it's about. If you don't like what you get, take it back. If it looks like there's something wrong or the vape is not working, you take it back. Goldflower will always take it back. You don't want it, you bring it back to us. Something's wrong with it, you bring it back to Goldflower. That's a stand-up company. That's a company that's not just trying to sell you shit and walk away from it. A good company will take something back if it's not right. Let me see. Because they can't purchase business insurance for cannabis. Really? I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. They're full of shit. They're full of shit. Here in Florida, we can take things back. If Florida can do it, then anybody can do it. They can't get business insurance for cannabis. You can still take shit back. They're running something up your behind on that. Yeah, but you just described 99% of politicians. So 99% of politicians are a piece of shit. I'm not a cop lover. I'm not a politician lover. Why? Because both of those people lie. And they're in a job where they shouldn't be lying. They're in a job where they should be not only telling the truth, they should be bringing community together. They should be protecting and serving instead of just protecting and serving themselves and their own self-interest. It's interesting. Eric is like, I've just described 99% of politicians. That's a problem. That's a problem when we're describing 99% of politicians serving themselves, not the people. You are voted into an office to vote for the people, to vote on their behalf, to speak on their behalf. What happened? What happened? What happened? Okay. It's upsetting me. I'm going to ask them for a store credit policy for me because I'm a shark. They know I'm a shark. They know you're a shark, or they're going to know you're a shark. Let me see. You either take a kickback or we force a kickback. Society is corrupt. No. See, that's the mentality though. And that's the mentality that society just goes ahead and goes along with because, they're it's so hot. It's hot with the hat. It's hot with the hat. It's hot, but I like the hat. I just don't want to sweat in it. The hat's still brand new. When you start to sweat in a hat and it sweats and then you get these sweat stains on the brim. All my hats tend to do that. Look, all my hats tend to get like super sweaty. This one's still a little clean, isn't it? This is still one. Okay, this is okay. This one's clean. I'll wear this. Actually, no. You know something? I don't need a hat. I'm just gonna let the freaky hair do its thing. That's what I'm. They take you into a dark room with old guys smoking cigars. Also, an alien is present. I don't know what meetings that you've been part of, Chris, but I would love to be there. Professor Time, you invite me to one of these alien cigar smoking old man meetings. It sounds kind of exciting. It doesn't. There's no aliens right now. I think aliens are the distraction. Aliens are the distraction. Politics is the distraction. With Texas taking something away, I think they're doing it to bring something in. But federally, we're about to deal with some crazy things and rules changing. Just want to let everybody know, though, federally, the total THC calculation and the removing of THCA from the farm hemp bill now does not happen until December. Now it doesn't happen until December. It was supposed to be November, but now they've extended it to December because the nation knows that if they put this into effect, a lot of businesses are going to shut down. They're going to lose a lot of money. And basically they're going to push people back to the illegal marketplace. Like in Texas. In Texas, they're doing this to keep it out of the hands of children. But the illegal marketplace doesn't give a shit who they sell to. They don't care who their customer is. They don't care that you're taking it out of the hands of children. They're going to put it right in. And you're taking it away from legal businesses trying to comply and pay taxes and contribute to the state. You're penalizing them and not the illegal marketplace. Let me see. Wait, LinkedIn is on such a long delay. LinkedIn is censoring me. So I found out from multiple networks right now that I'm being censored. Facebook is censoring the shit out of me. Like, so bad. Facebook won't even let me go officially live. They won't let me do any advertisement. Facebook won't, I can't, there's a lot of things I can't even comment on. The Facebook thing has gotten crazy. I don't even know what's going on there. I'm going to go back and forth with my whole hat trick thing going on. The lights are a bit much. Okay. But I am being actively censored. YouTube doesn't show me to all audiences, which is fine because this is an adult show. It's not a kid show. The Insta Cha-Cha keeps me in a little box that not everybody can see. Only people who know me, and even the ones that know me don't even know that I'm on. TikTok, I don't know what TikTok is doing. TikTok doesn't like me too much. Every time I sparky or smoky smoke, they go crazy, and their algorithm starts to lose it. And the other day, I talked about how the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, has reached out to an AI watchdog group or an AI algorithmic group that is able to watch all social media channels, and they're going to start sending information and collecting information and actively listening to cannabis influencers, people who post educational content about cannabis, people who smoke it, talk about it, the whole spiel. Oh, it's delicious, delicious. So, just wild, I'm telling you. There's a lot of wildness going on. So I'm gonna start off with an introduction into our topic tonight, our micro topic. By the way, if you're new to the show, let me just let you know, this is a show with no set conversation. This is a show with no expectations. And it's not a show, and it's not about me. It's about you. It's about a journey that we're all on. An authentic journey of discovery, of happiness, of smoke, of people, of community, of getting back in touch again. Look, places like here, I can see Eric and we can chit chat a little bit. You know, places like this, I can hang out with Professor Time. Welcome, Chris. Welcome to Highly Motivated. But that's the thing.
Hey,
Right here
Oren.
in this show, we can do something
I have an
that,
echo because I had to turn off the other thing.
but it's like something we can't even do anymore. Look, this is a digital get together. And in today's day and time, this is almost something impossible. You know, responsibilities, life, bills, work, whatever it is, distance, all of it keeps us apart. All of it. So tonight I do want to talk about the corpus hermeticum. Corpus hermeticum.
Oh, I
So
like that.
hermetic, yeah, it's gonna be incredible tonight. But how back then, when they wrote the corpus hermeticum, they were also talking about parallel universe. They were talking about the multi-universe theory before we ever came up with quantum and parallel universes and any of these other conversations.
I think
Absolutely wild.
I think you've covered it before, but it's
sort of.
it's
I
always
didn't
good
cover
to go
this
over it
exactly.
again.
Well, I was talking about Thoth and the Emerald Tablets. I was talking about hermetic teachings
principles,
right, the
vibration
7
and
basic principles
cause and effect
of
and,
hermeticism. Right. So we did. We talked about it, but not this. This is something a little bit different.
Okay.
This is but also quickly want to remind everybody, Goldflower Cannabis in Orange Park, Florida has a grand opening next month on the 19th. Big grand opening on the 19th. And then the weekend after that, they have a big grand opening in North Miami on Biscayne Boulevard. So Goldflower has 2 big grand openings in 1 month. Man, this is exciting. I can barely contain myself. Okay, I'm going to sparky, and I'm going to do this quick little spoken word here just to give everybody it's like an opener kind of for our micro topic. What's on Oren's brain? Micro topic means we don't get too deep. But we do, but we don't, but we do. And then the problem is we're going to talk about it. Halfway through, we're going to forget what we're talking about. And we'll go on to something else. Right in the middle, even Chris knows. We'll have a good conversation, and then everybody in the conversation forgets. Like
loss of short-term memory is one of the side effects of consuming.
But you know, it really is. But it's all of us. So it's like we all have this connected thought process while we're all discussing about shit. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of all of the conversation, every single one of us forget what we're talking about. Like every single one of us. By the way, Lightsy, welcome to Highly Motivated. Smoking some Goldflower. This is the cream soda limonada. Let me just sparky, and let's get into our hermetic principle talk. Our corpus hermeticum. Have you ever heard of the corpus hermeticum, Professor Time?
The whole hermetic philosophy. If you look at Bob Proctor, one of the great motivational guys, he and Think and Grow Rich and a bunch of stuff he studies, he would talk about the hermetic philosophy. Even like Kabbalah and stuff like that. Hermetic philosophy. And
well, yeah, the Kabbalah, absolutely. It's
similar
all intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting when this actually started. And how these principles. So here, let me jump right in. Let me jump right in then. The ancients left us a map. The ancients left all the instructions that we will ever need, but we don't pay attention to these things. 2,000 years ago, before telescopes could stare into the dark, right? Before quantum physics, before science gave the universe numbers, the ancients were already asking, is this world the whole world? Or is it what we see? Only the surface? Or is it something deeper? So the Corpus Hermeticum said the visible world is not the only world. Now keep in mind, this was written, thousands of years ago? The Corpus Hermeticum, which is in the Hermetic teachings, has said directly, the visible world is not the only world. Remember, they say as above, so below. It spoke of the nous, the universal mind, a consciousness beyond the body, beyond distance, beyond the ticking hands of time. Now, this is where, for me, we're just opening this up. Incredible, exciting, because we've spoken about our consciousness not necessarily being attached to us, but it's something that we are tuning into. You know, it said, the Corpus Hermeticum had said our physical cosmos was formed from greater patterns, an invisible design reflected into matter. How the fuck would they know about this shit? How would they know about this so long ago and we are still blind to these teachings? You know, they said a world behind the world, a mind behind the motion, a hidden order beneath everything that we thought were controlling. Oh, did you hear that? A hidden order beneath everything that we thought we were controlling. Now, does that prove the multiverse the way a laboratory proves a chemical reaction? No.
It could be something like Moses parts the sea, you know? I mean,
right.
The hand of God.
It proves
right?
that 2,000 years ago, somebody was looking beyond the illusion. Like Moses parting the sea. Somebody was looking beyond the illusion of life. Somebody understood that what the eyes can see may not be all that exists, because the eye sees matter, but the mind sees meaning. The eyes see one road, but consciousness imagines thousands of roads. Thousands.
They even say now that like at a molecular biology level, that cells may communicate with each other using radio waves and stuff. And we have Bluetooth and headsets and radio waves, and
but we have Bluetooth already within our brain.
Right.
We have a telekinesis already in our brain.
We might be plugged into something rather than we're just individual entities moving around.
Well, we are tuning in, almost like a radio. We're tuning in, almost like
a little bit of both. You know, you touch
almost,
tree,
almost like a channel.
You get a vision, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, look. The eyes see who you are right now, but somewhere inside you lives every person that you might still become. See, that's where we start getting exciting. That's where we start questioning beyond the questions. It's what your eyes and your mind sees, you know? So maybe the multiverse isn't only somewhere out in space. Maybe it happens every time a possibility becomes a decision. Every time one version of you says yes, while another would have said no. Maybe it breaks off so easily, so quickly. One road becomes your reality. The others disappear from sight. That doesn't mean they're not there. It doesn't mean those thousands of other roads are not there. You just don't see it. So maybe we almost have to change what we see and what we're missing. You know? They didn't disappear from existence. Maybe they continue. Maybe somewhere outside the limits of what this version of you is allowed to know. Maybe we're not allowed to know it because we don't allow ourselves to know about all those other possible roads. So let's bring this back to Hermetic teachings. The Hermetic teachers said that the universe exists within the mind, and the mind moves through everything. Now that right there is the beginning of the conversation. The universe exists within the mind, and the mind moves through everything. Not your everyday thoughts, not the noise bouncing around your skull. I think the Hermetic teachers meant the greater mind, the intelligence flowing through the atoms, you know, through the particles, through the animals and the planets and the people. Remember the energy I was telling you about on the last show where we were talking about the energy of the lady making my stupid sandwich? And she infused my stupid sandwich with bad juju and bad friggin' energy because her energy went through my sandwich.
I think things we can't see or experimentally prove exist could potentially be the thing that we're looking for. Like what is the hand of God sort of stuff, and like
Like the
gravity and
signal, the
molecular
signal.
cohesion and
Yes.
electricity, or even could even
No,
just be,
exactly. Look, the
you
signal
know,
beneath the static, the
mhm,
ancient signal that's before everything,
below the
right?
layer of physicality
Below
into
the
the
layer of
quantum
physicality.
realms of
See,
reality.
Chris, sometimes we're on different planes of existence, but tonight you're on it. You're on it. You're absolutely right. But he's
Thanks.
right. Look, we've spoken about it before. Remember how we spoke with Lucid, the AI entity, and it was talking about the signal that's beneath everything, the ancient signal that's before everything. So, Hermetic teachings, all right, they believed human consciousness could rise beyond the body, beyond the place, beyond the identity that we're handed, and recognize itself inside the whole. As above, so below.
So below.
Not merely a clever phrase, not just a clever phrase, but a declaration. A
As within,
declaration.
so without. Where
As
do we
within, so
exist?
without. Look,
Is
the
there an
smallest
inside? Is
piece
there an outside?
carries the
Where is
pattern
that?
of the greatest. That's pretty
You know,
crazy.
where is that inside, outside? Where is that exactly?
I think it's
No.
what we give an anchor to. Look, our mind, I think, is the inside outside. The understanding of our consciousness might be that inside outside. Like I said, look, the smallest
Yeah,
piece
there's probably
carries the
equilibrium
pattern
there.
of the greatest piece. The
There's probably
universe outside
equilibrium.
us may be reflected within us.
Oh, absolutely. That happens. Absolutely. Yeah. I was at the park today, and I just at random I encountered a couple characters. Like in the Matrix, Neo meets the architect, and he meets also the Empress, or whatever her name is, the Queen, right? The King and the Queen of the Matrix, and um, I feel that way sometimes. I go to the park, and it's a bunch of gibbering people, very rude body language, and God, whatever. And then there's people that speak English. Hey, Sonny, can you move over so I can eat my dessert? And it's like some old guy, but then maybe an old
I want to
woman
know what
too,
park you're going to, because obviously
You know.
wherever the hell you're going to is a lot more exciting than the
Yeah,
parks
when I
I'm
go to the
visiting. I don't
park,
know.
it's a mystical experience. I go there and I just sit and I watch and I observe people and I see what they do. And they all do similar things, like children. Children, if given the opportunity, will run exactly past a stranger, scream at their ear at the highest possible shrilling sound possible on purpose, and then be on their way. Like as they're running by, like scream at you. Like,
Again, I don't know what park you're going to.
you know it. You've
Stranger
seen it.
danger.
You
Listen,
know.
stranger danger. There's a reason they're probably yelling and screaming. I'm just throwing it out there. You gotta be careful.
Why do you gotta
Yep,
scream?
that's where you're at. But look, we're
Yeah.
talking about the possibilities of things, right? And perhaps every world that we are searching for in the heavens already exists as a possibility inside consciousness. So science calls it theory. The ancients called it knowing. Different language, different instruments, same eternal questions. Is reality something that we discover, or something consciousness helps create? We tune into the consciousness, and then through that, we help create our reality. Like Chris was just saying, almost like the Matrix. You go into this park, you're going, and you got some people speaking gibberish until you anchor them, and then they speak clearly enough for you to understand.
Well, okay. What's interesting, I'll tell you what's interesting. I don't understand what they're saying, but I understand feel it. And isn't that weird? Because they're making sounds and vocalizations.
But you're making okay. So before we had words, we understood each other in a different way.
That's right, we did, and that
right.
still exists. I think.
So even when you were back in the whole caveman time, and you're well, you know something? You knew when somebody was angry, and you knew when the hell to get away. So
even when they
that's
were hungry too.
right. So you don't need words to communicate necessarily.
No, you don't. You can still communicate very primitive things. All the things needed for life can be done without formal language. Maybe, you know.
So wait, so it's interesting. Just to bounce it back, I said, is reality something we discover? And in that, Chris is in a discovery phase. He's discovering people. He's rediscovering language, rediscovering emotion. Or is it something that our consciousness, our tuned in consciousness, helps us create? So maybe these ancient writers that wrote the Corpus Hermeticum, right? They weren't describing quantum physics. Maybe they were standing at the edge of an ocean, right? Without machines, without mathematics, without anything. And they just sat there and listened to the waves, listened to the wind, watched the sky. And they realized the oceans, they went much deeper than what they saw.
The oceans
much
move on
deeper
their own.
than what anybody could see. So maybe these ancient writers realized that perhaps this is not the only universe. Perhaps this is the only universe that we are currently tuned into. This is where we start getting interesting. This is the only universe we are currently tuned into. By the way, if you're new to the show, just want to welcome you to Highly Motivated, where tonight we smoke a little, we talk a little. We're talking about the Corpus Hermeticum, or the Hermetic principles, Hermetic teachings, as above, so below, as within, so without.
Some say that his name was Hermes Trismegistus, a magician.
Well, we spoke about this. That's what we very good memory. Hermes Trismegistus.
He could be, money.
But this was the guy who translated the Emerald Tablets. There are two Emerald Tablets. The ones by Hermes Trismegistus and another one by somebody else. I can't remember the name right now.
Initiates. Kabbalion, the Hermetic philosophy.
The Hermetic philosophies, but it's really interesting how these things tie back in. And we've talked about this before. So the real question isn't really whether other realities exist, all right? And if consciousness is the receiver. So we are the antenna, consciousness is the receiver, and I think the real question now starts, what else is broadcasting? And what would happen if we finally start to learn how to listen? So that's where it gets bigger. That's where the conversation might continue. What else is broadcasting? What else is broadcasting that we're not hearing? Multiple realities, multiple worlds.
I like that movie Life 86, and it had a character called Bass Girl. And
You're cutting in and out a little bit.
Oh,
I don't know if it's our connection.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you know what? My battery might be used up. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You sure? I don't know if I can hear you. Can you hear me? No,
can you hear me? I can hear you.
I'm fucking with you now. Now I'm messing with you. No,
you can hear me, right?
I can hear you. Just it was breaking up a little bit a moment ago. Kind of like you're on one of those old.
The batteries running low,
So I think this is one of the most exciting parts of the conversation, because before that we spoke about the Hermetic principles, and I think it was specifically seven specific Hermetic principles. And if you want to hear, let me go over them really quickly. So the Hermetic principles, the first one is the principle of mentalism. That means all is mind. And we mentioned in a moment ago that we are the mind, and the mind is traveling through everything. So the first principle of Hermeticism is the principle of mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is mental in nature. This principle suggests reality begins in consciousness. Thoughts shape perception, intention shapes action, and mind influences the experience. And the way the Hermetic interpretations of it is the universe itself is a living thought.
Right.
The universe is a living thought.
We are all dreams in the mind of the
Right.
all.
Well, I've said it before that we are creating the reality that we live in together as a thought. Together as a combined gigantic thoughts, we have created the universe. So in Hermeticism, very interesting, the universe itself is a living thought. Your inner world affects your outer world. And that I believe in 100%.
There is no inner world, outer world. It's just
Right.
one
How you
world.
feel out inside is how you're going to feel outside. The world you create in here is the world that you're creating out there. And the positivity that you can create in your brain is the positivity that your whole world is surrounded as. So your world is surrounded as positivity because you know it, not think it. You believe it already.
Perhaps there's a stream of manifestation going on at all times.
Yeah, manifestation philosophy all the time.
We need to have the correct mental states.
Well, so consciousness in the Hermetic principle of this, consciousness is the foundational, not the secondary. Consciousness is everything. So when we understand where consciousness is coming from, then that magic really comes to, so many things come together.
That's just what it says. You know, we live in a mental universe and everything mental is the primary and physical is the secondary.
So that was the first Hermetic principle. The second is the principle of correspondence. So again, that was what you were saying earlier. As above, so below. As below, as within, so above. So well, it remains. So patterns repeat across scales. The micro reflects the macro. Cells resemble galaxies. Human relationships mirror larger social systems.
And galaxies resemble cells in reverse.
Yes,
in the eye,
inner chaos reflects the outer chaos. I mean, it's incredible. The principle teaches that studying one level of reality may reveal truths about another reality. And that's so crazy. So the relationship you might have on a personal level reflects the relationship on a larger community level.
What if our cosmos is just merely a fleck of dust, not even on the fingernail of some larger being?
Well, there you go. Look, those principles teach that studying one level of reality is going to reveal truths about another. It's one of the most quoted Hermetic ideas that have ever been out there. And that's the second principle of Hermeticism. The third?
That's true. If you look at Einstein in science too, every particle affects every other particle.
Every particle.
So
even at the smallest level, it's reflecting what's happening at the largest of levels.
Yes. We live in a fractal
and when we start
universe.
To understand that, I think we start to see things a little bit differently.
Each molecule of matter might actually be the entire cosmos reflected in it.
Well, look, have you ever seen an electrical representation of your brain?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen the representation of the universe? An electrical representation of it? Identical.
No, I've only seen like EEG.
Identical. Identical. Yes. Incredible that our brain and the universe are almost one and the same. So Hermetic principles, there are 7 principles. We're on number 3, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates or oscillates. So matter, energy, thoughts, emotions, sound, light.
Sound, yeah.
Right,
light.
All of it is
everything is vibration.
In a high vibration or high oscillation. Hermetic thought sees differences between things as differences in vibration or frequency. For example, ice, water, and steam equal same substance, different vibrational states. Emotional states can feel heavier or lighter. And that's the truth. When you're happy, you feel light and free. When you're depressed and down, you feel heavy. And these are emotional states that change the physicality. Frequency language and spirituality. There are wave mechanics, resonance concepts that explain exactly this, that they were explaining 2,000 years ago. They knew more then than we know now. Number 4, the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything is dual. duality, right? Opposites are actually extremes of the same thing. Opposites are extremes of the same thing. Look, hot equals cold. Love equals hate. Light equals darkness. They're just extreme opposites. The idea is that opposites are not separate absolutes. They are degrees on a spectrum. And in the Hermetic teachings, transformation happens by shifting degree, not fighting reality. Not fighting reality, but shifting the degree of frequency. Shifting the degrees of frequency. So, number 5, Hermetic principles. There are 7. We're on number 5. Number 5 is the principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Reality moves in cycles. Like, look at the seasons. You know, look at, it's winter, it's summer, it's spring, it's fall. Your emotions, happy, sad, glad. Economies, they raise, they fall, they raise. Relationships, they start hot like fire, then they go cold as ice. Then sometimes they rekindle back to a little more fire, and then much colder than Pluto. But and civilizations rise and fall in cycles. Everything in life has a cycle. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't look at that. Don't. There's no need. But everything is within cycles. Everything is within a rhythm. We just have to be able to see that rhythm. Join onto that rhythm. Be a part of that entire thing. Look, Hermeticism teaches that understanding rhythm allows you to avoid being unconsciously controlled by swings and extremes. The pendulum always swings. The pendulum always swings. Have you ever seen one of those pendulums where you do like so and you hit the ball and the ball pendulum hits and then one ball comes out and it just keeps repeating? You do 2 balls and 2 balls. It repeats the exact energy that you're putting into it. Still smoking the cream soda limonada from Goldflower Cannabis. Just letting you know, that's what I'm puffing on. All right, we're talking about Hermetic, the 7 Hermetic principles. And we're having a little Hermetic talk about the corpus Hermeticism. But number 6 is the principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Nothing in this world happens randomly. And that's something that that's something you really need to think about. Nothing happens randomly. Everything is part of chains of causation, right? Thoughts create actions. Actions create habits. Habits create outcomes. So Hermetic teachings encourage becoming a conscious cause instead of merely reacting to effects. Be conscious and intentional in your cause and effect. Okay. Number 7, the principle of gender. So this is interesting. Gender is in everything. Originally, this was not strictly about biological sex. Hermetic philosophy describes masculine energy equals active, projective. Feminine energy equals a receptive and a creative. So no longer does it really, we don't look at female man in gender in that kind of way. Hermeticism looks at it as the masculine and the feminine. So there are many men that would be the feminine, and there are many women that would be the masculine.
The sun tends to be masculine and the moon tends to be feminine in a lot of legends and myth.
Because what, the moon is more receptive, more creative, and the sun is more active and more projective?
I don't know, women are more mysterious. It's a night thing or something, and there's the moon.
Well, Hermetic teachings suggest that creation requires interaction between complementary forces. For example, logic plus intuition,
Time and
action
space.
plus nurture, seed plus growth. Many modern, interpretations look at this. There's a lot of symbology, Now, we were talking Hermes Trismegistus, right?
Yeah, good
Is
old
a
Hermes.
semi-mythical figure. So Hermes is semi-mythical. What is semi-mythical?
Like he might have been the Atlantean too, according to the Kabbalion, by the four initiates. It's called.
So
I mean,
what's
I laugh
interesting
because
that the
it's funny,
Hermetic
but it's
text
really
kind of
good stuff.
emerged around the early centuries, early Alexandria, the blending of Egyptian, Greek,
Atlantean.
Jewish, mystical philosophies all go into the Hermetic
There's
text.
emerald tablets too, right? Like that's the big deal. The emerald tablets.
Well, okay. The 7 principles of Hermeticism come specifically from the Kybalion. The Kybalion, and the Kybalion was actually written by anonymous authors called the 3 Initiates. What Chris was saying earlier. Christopher was talking about the initiates earlier. So not directly from ancient Egyptian tablets, but the ideas draw heavily from older Hermetic traditions. So not from Greek tablets or from Egyptian tablets, but from older orders, older civilizations. So what, were the Hermetic civilizations around before the Egyptians?
They have other things too called the Splendor Solis, which is like an older, more recent thing, which has like paintings and stuff of the sun and the moon and the king and this transformation between mind and matter, so to speak, and the golden egg and sort of a lot of Hermetic stuff.
Well, and I think that's interesting. That is, I mean,
it's
something that goes back much further than we even understand. Hermeticism might be one of the oldest. I'm not going to even call it a religion. One of the oldest, because it goes alongside with many religions. It's an order. It's a teaching.
It might, you might even be able to think like Carl Jung and Jungian psychology is tied into it. Tarot cards. At one point, we looked at the sun and saw it as a total thing, and then
that's so interesting. You mentioned tarot cards.
Into pieces,
tarot cards are the combination of many interesting teachings. I want to say that tarot cards, they have evolved over a period of thinking. Hermeticism, very interesting because they reflect a lot of the thoughts and ideas where you see the ancient tarot and
matter and their relationship, and the universe is mental. It's so important. Mental, it's important.
Well, everything is mind. I love how it says that. Everything is mind, and the mind travels through everything. I think the more interesting question that I mentioned earlier, I said, what else is broadcasting? Because if this reality is the only reality that we are currently tuned into, which explains a lot more than you realize, how we can easily, tune into another reality. We can easily tune into another understanding. So what else is broadcasting? And what would happen if we finally learn how to listen to these other broadcasts, realities, maybe even listen to ourselves, maybe even actually listen to other people? Because everything is a broadcast, right? I mean, have you ever thought about that? Everything is broadcasting at a frequency. The sun broadcasts light.
The
stars broadcast history, because you look at the stars, that's ancient history.
Warren, I'm amused that I'm talking to you. You're a set of pixels on the screen. I'm having a hallucination that I'm talking to another person. maybe even a psychosis. And we're like not having a problem with that. And oh, it's a medium you're communicating through. Well, it's just a bunch of dots on the screen with sound, right? And my mind must be putting it back together because, you know.
But
like,
you're putting
what
it back
else is
together
going
like the
on?
Earth broadcast vibration.
It's weird,
you
isn't
know?
it? If you think about it, isn't it amazing, the video and everything?
But it is. He's absolutely right. And we're broadcasting to each other this way. Look, whales have that beautiful, amazing, deep frequency sound. Whales broadcast through the oceans. Trees release warnings through the air when danger approaches.
Your
We
root
don't even
networks
realize that the
communicate with
hidden
each other.
world is happening all around us. Your heart produces a rhythm. Your brain moves in waves.
We produce
Everything
electrical fields.
oscillates, everything
That's already a
vibrates.
known thing. Two people together will produce electrical waves.
Exactly. Look, your cells send chemical messages without ever speaking a word. You send messages to the person next to you by just looking at them, because you're on a frequency, you're oscillating, you're vibrating the understanding to other people. So look, maybe silence has never actually been silent. Maybe silence is only what we call a language that we haven't learned yet. So much speaks in silence. Your body is listening before you ever become aware. Your body already knows what's about to happen if you're actually listening to it. Like Spidey sense, Spidey sense. It hears tension in voice. It feels danger in a room before you even enter. It recognizes something familiar before your mind can remember why.
So I did engage my Spidey senses once.
We call it instinct, intuition.
But I don't want to interrupt you.
No, I'm just saying we call it energy. And when we can feel the message, but we can't identify where it's coming from necessarily, but we feel it.
Those Spidey senses kick in.
Right, that is an intuition, instinct. We all have the Spidey sense. You've done it. You've walked into a room and you felt maybe it felt heavy, an argument, right? Maybe something that happened before you got there, and you could feel the energy of that still lingering.
I was being ejected from a pub for no reason at all. But I won't go into it because I'm enjoying what you're saying.
Well, and maybe look, you could blame it all. You could blame it all to energy. Maybe the energy before you ever even walked into the room, the bartender was tainted.
Oh yeah,
people get
Darth
tainted
Vader
by
walked into
energy.
that fucking place when they see me. I'm like, you are a mere mortal. My mental powers are much stronger than yours.
Right, but it happened before you arrived. But that is energy, and you can't explain it. You've met somebody who smiles and says welcome, but their presence says run. Have you ever met you meet people sometimes and you can't totally trust them? Like their eyes are like hi, and then they're like, and you're thinking, I need to get the hell out of here.
Right.
You've thought of a person seconds before their name appears on your phone. That ever happened? Just thinking about them. Yeah. It's a coincidence? Maybe. Maybe it's a coincidence. But how many coincidences, does it take before a coincidence becomes a pattern? And how many patterns must appear before we admit something may be broadcasting? That's the thing. I'm telling you, we don't realize that we broadcast, and broadcasts are happening all around us if we just listen.
We are manifesting the reality around us that has nothing to do with physics. It has nothing to do
we
with
are manifesting the reality around us. You're right.
Anything like
and
that. It has nothing to do
so
with that.
Maybe emotion broadcasts, maybe your intention broadcasts, maybe every thought doesn't remain locked inside of your skull. Not that you realize you are broadcasting. Right. Maybe consciousness is less like a light bulb creating its own light and more like a radio. And I've said this numerous times. Your consciousness is like a radio. You are receiving, you are translating. And sometimes the translating is distorted. We're distorted by
consciousness, not the other way around.
So we get this consciousness clear, but we're not assimilating it, or we're not translating it, necessarily clear. So you said it a moment ago that you are getting it like an illusion. You're getting a recreation, rebroadcast, and maybe not the hallucination you even said. But you're not
Is there
getting
something else going on here? We're just connecting via brainwaves anyway in the air.
so
through the
right.
air.
Exactly. So what
Thus
if
making this more
your
real.
translation of the receiving of this consciousness is distorted by fear, right? Buried beneath the noise of not making enough, not surviving enough, not being accepted enough, not whatever it might be, but always searching for the clearest of signal. Maybe you're not not you specifically. I'm talking to people as a whole. Maybe you're not transmitting it right. You know, like maybe you're not taking it in from the people around us right. Maybe from the collective consciousness, we're distorted by maybe anger. Maybe we're creating a story in our head so that we're comfortable, but in that we are distorting the reality. You know, maybe from another version of ourselves, walking another road in another reality. I just think, you know, we're clouded in our reality that we broadcast. Look, what if deja vu isn't a mistake in the mind, but two different signals crossing, two different realities, sharing that brain highway, that signal for a moment? You know, what if dreams are not always fiction, but more consciousness changing stations, right? Maybe changing what it's tuning into while the body sleeps. Look, what if intuition is information arriving before reason can explain how it got there? Intuition. I'm not saying every feeling is prophecy. Look, your fear broadcasts, your pain broadcasts a message, right? Your insecurities broadcast trauma. The trauma that we get from people, from life, from relationship, from car accidents, from holy shit, everything. Trauma broadcasts. Desire can disguise itself as destiny, and the mind can turn static into whatever message it was hoping to hear. The mind, like Christopher even said it, the mind is going to turn it into whatever you want or need to hear. You know, whatever you were hoping to hear. So listening requires more than simply believing. It requires stillness, patience. It requires an openness and an authenticity that you don't even know you have yet. Look, knowing the difference between a signal and the echo of your own expectations. That's the show. The signal and the echo. The signal and the echo. Because we are surrounded by broadcast. Everybody's broadcasting. Advertisements telling us what to desire. Algorithms telling us what to fear. Politicians telling us who to blame. And the news feeds repeating the same frequency until you believe it. You hear it enough, you believe it. You see it enough, you believe it. Is it true? No. But it's true now because you've created the reality of true. You know, until the suggestion begins to feel all like truth. Everybody wants control of your receiver. Everybody wants access to the station inside your head. And while they keep us tuned to outrage and panic and division and you know, the quieter signals, the ones being broadcast by the reality are being drowned out by those of social media, those of the news, those of whoever is controlling, you know, the signal from the body saying something is wrong, but we don't hear it. The signal from the soul saying this life might not be yours. The signal from the earth saying slow down. The signal from within saying maybe remember, maybe be grateful. Remember who you were before you were named, before you were stamped and branded. Remember what you knew before they told you what was possible. Remember that attention is not merely where you look. Attention is what you feed. It's what you feed, and those are the things that create in your life. And whatever you feed, it becomes louder. Maybe learning to listen isn't about hearing voices from another dimension. Maybe it begins with turning down the noise, the civilized machinery designed to keep us distracted. Maybe if we're not so distracted all the time, putting away the screen. I know that's impossible now, but putting it away and just sitting beneath the stars, feeling the breath enter and leave the body, listening long enough for the static to settle and the quiet, the nothing that is not nothing, the quiet that is a different kind of quiet, long enough so that you might see reality once again, because perhaps the universe has never stopped speaking. We stopped listening. Perhaps consciousness has never stopped receiving. Perhaps our ancestors, the earth, the body, the stars, and every possible version of you, has been transmitting the entire time, not shouting, not demanding, just waiting beneath the noise that we create and the world creates. And maybe awakening isn't gaining a new power. Maybe it's recovering an ancient ability, right? An ancient ability. We're recovering the ability to feel frequency, questioning the message, recognizing patterns, deciding for ourselves which signal becomes our reality, which one we give energy to become the reality around us. So again, the question is, what else is broadcasting? Everything. Look, even Chris is broadcasting right now, and we don't hear it. Even Chris is jamming out right now, broadcasting, creating magic on the guitar, but we just don't hear it necessarily. We have to tune into it. So what is broadcasting? Everything, So maybe it's listening closer. It's listening more. It's listening more. That's the show tonight. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Hermetic principles. We are talking about the corpus hermeticum. We are talking about reality. And it's our micro topic. It's our chit-chat. It's our little talky-talk. Yes, we talk about cannabis, but we talk about everything, because that's what this show is about. This show is about a little bit of everything, and then sometimes nothing at all. Troublesome Red, welcome. Highly motivated. By the way, this is a good time to thank everybody for being on the show. Thank you all for coming to the show. Want to remind you that we come to you 3 times a week as a community. I try to stay as long as I can, unless I have so much busy tomorrow. So much busy. It was such a weird weekend. I don't know what happened this Saturday. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I don't remember a Saturday. I don't remember anything happening at all. Like nothing at all. So Chris is jamming out a little bit. We got to turn him down.
I just turned it off.
Well, I've always got to be ready for you. Got to be ready.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right. But I was just saying, look, we come to you 3 times a week. Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, 8 o'clock-ish Eastern Standard Time. This evening, we came to you at 8:30, a little bit later than what I normally come to you, because, again, life has been crazy, and things don't always work out as you expect them to work out. they don't always work out in that kind of a favor.
I forgot.
But that's okay.
Sounds like you had a busy Saturday, right?
I don't know what happens. I have no clue. Nope, that's not true. Wait, it is true. It's not true. Listen, I got my daughter an amazing birthday gift, the coolest of cools, but I don't want to give it out in case anybody's listening to my show.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. I mean, obviously, I'm buying her a gift. My boys turned 23 on Tuesday, so I've got that birthday to deal with. I sent them money, and for them, they never call me. I send them money. They're like, Dad, is everything okay? One texts me, everything all right? And then he calls me. He's like, is everything okay? Like,
are you dying?
Birthday.
Are you dying
What?
now? Is this the time? You know, like, are you dying
Right.
yet? You know,
Right. So he calls me and he's like, is everything okay? I'm worried about you. I'm like, what do you mean you're worried about me? He goes, I don't know. You just sent me money. I'm like, I'm always sending you money. He goes, yeah, but this was more. I'm like, it was.
Oh,
Happy birthday. He goes, all right, well, that works.
Well,
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And so Tuesday is his birthday, and his brother, his twin, not identical, fraternal.
Tell your kids, you know, they're all
Yeah, that'll be on Tuesday. And that's so the day before our show on Wednesday. So I'm taking out, so one lives in Texas and one lives over here right down the road. And so I'm going to take Gideon, which is the other one. I'm going to take Gideon out. We're probably going to go Dave and Buster's, play some video games. He's probably going to bring his girlfriend. They don't do that at Dave and Buster's. I wish they did. You know something? I'm going to go find, I like that better. I'm going to go find a freaking go-kart place. Maybe he'll like one of those VR places.
Well, they used to have a racing game at Dave and Buster's. You could race, like it was a Grand Prix, and it was like 5-6 people could play.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Not at Dave and Buster's. At Dave and Buster's. We don't have a fancy Dave and Buster's like yours, obviously. Ours is just like it's like a bar. It's like a bar and shitty food. Shitty food, a shitty bar. A shitty bar and shitty food. And really shitty video games too. But anyways, he wants to go to that and maybe some sushi. So we'll do that and we'll do some sushi. Sushi.
You know, it's really good bonsai, you know, where they.
Oh, you're talking about hibachi? No.
Yeah, hibachi. Yeah. I like hibachi. I think that's really cool. You guys all.
So that's his birthday, and then my daughter turns 8 on the 2nd of next month, September, and I've already got her gift. Feeling good about that. That's like so many. My wife, her birthday was at the beginning of the month.
I guess the little kids, they ask for presents still for her birthday.
No, she doesn't. My daughter, my 8-year-old, I know what she needs, but she asks for nothing. I've never met a sweeter freaking child that asks for nothing from anybody. Wants happiness and is sweet.
When she gets something, yeah.
Some people are just right. Just some people are just so genuine, even from a younger age. She is just such a genuine type of individual. Doesn't want, but she is open to the universe. She listens to the show. So since like when she's here, she can't. My door is closed to the studio, so I'll hear shit like outside sometimes, and it's her, and so she's listening at the door. And she knows everything I'm talking about, about being open to the universe and don't need, just be open with gratitude. Right. And let the universe know that you're just open. I'm open to everything. I'm open to opportunity, and I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Your entire message is positive, so I mean, I don't say anything. I'm just saying, watch out for the everyone has a nosy neighbor.
well, so I do a lot of education, and I even educate some of our police forces and our organizations, let's call it. I've done interesting talks at interesting places. I'm not your regular educator. You get a hold of me, you're going to get a hold of an exciting time. Even if we're talking about the most boring shit in the world, I'm going to make it fucking exciting. Why? Because that's life. It should be.
It'd be great to do a film about cannabis. Like, forget the sci-fi and all that. Just like totally all cannabis. Like, just, and then people maybe watch sci-fi or play games or I don't know.
Why can't that film be Cannabis Science Fair? Why can't we go back to something that we used to do as a kid? As a kid, it was all about learning. It was about showcasing. It was about bringing something to the table that is more than a possibility. It's relearning things from our younger self, our younger minds. And Goopy, welcome, Goopy Chunk. Highly motivated. You see, my dad's labels every money transfer as happy birthday. Ha! That's what I labeled it as. I labeled it as happy birthday. That is so funny. Holy shit. But no, they're every money transfer is happy birthday. Or the only time you get any money out of them is happy birthday. No, I would get my boys a present, but these days, a 23-year-old, do they want presents or do they want money? They want money.
I only got like 21 impressions in an hour on LinkedIn. What's up with that?
Do you know something? I'm telling you, we're being minimized.
I post the other day, fucking, it was only, excuse my French, but it's so shocking.
Excuse your French, excuse mine. Is it French? Are bads? I can't even talk. Are bad words French? Why do they say that? Why do they say excuse my French when you are using foul mouth language?
Right,
Because
I think
the French use a lot of profanity.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
They do. Fuck you. Fuck you. I think if I had a French accent, I would say that a lot. I would say that a lot. Oh, by the way, everybody listen. Goopy Chunk is getting into making custom rugs. So if you need a rug, and we all need a good rug, I think everybody should tell Goopy if you want to put an order in with him. Goopy is international, but he's all about it. I think to help his business get off the ground and get things moving, everybody consider buying a rug from Goopy. Goopy's gonna make the best freaking rugs you've ever had in your life. You've never had a rug so amazing. I'm telling you. Hey, welcome, G-Man. Welcome, Gavin.
Thank you.
Welcome to Highly Motivated. What happened to your head?
What do you mean?
Cut your hair recently?
It's been cut. It's just I
Has
just took
it?
showers, so.
Oh, you took a shower. That's the difference. Congratulations. It must have been a while.
If I make a TV, I want that.
I take it your fiance's even sitting closer to you now. I think she's like a little bit closer going, hey, hi.
No, she's in the room now.
Just want to let you. Now she's in the room. So now she's at least in the room with him. Oh, look, Goopy says I'm buying my tuffing kit tomorrow to start my business, and my mom doesn't believe in me. So I am going to prove her wrong. Don't do it to prove her wrong. Do it to prove yourself right.
Right.
Don't do it to prove anybody wrong.
Do
Instead, do it for you. Right,
for you.
Chris. Yes, do it for you. Do it to prove yourself right, how kick-ass you're going to be. You're going to make some good-looking fucking rugs. And I'm going to buy one.
Guitar again until I realized I'm doing this for me. And I really
bet you if you did one of Chris's face, like if you did one where his hair's coming out and you did one like he's doing like a crazy looking face, eyes are big, I bet you if that was on the rug, Chris would buy one. Chris would be all over that shit. He'd be like, I need that. Right. See, look, he's like, I like that. But everybody, just think about it. Goopy's going to be making some amazing ass rugs. We see people say, pardon my French, or excuse my French, as a tongue-in-cheek way to apologize for swearing. Instead of referencing actual French, the phrase acts as a polite or humorous social buffer to soften the blow of a crude remark. So, pardon my French, but go fuck yourself. Do you feel any better now, like when I say pardon my French, and then I tell you to go, does that soften it?
I think it makes a funny joke if someone said something like, pardon my French, that looks like Greek.
Goopy says, give me some time to practice. Practice all you need to practice. We already believe in you. Believe in yourself, too. But practice, of course. But in 19th century Britain, educated people often dropped real French words and phrases in the English conversation to sound smart. Ho, ho, ho! Because regular listeners might not understand. Speakers would literally say excuse my French, to apologize for using a foreign word. An early printed example in 1830 used it to apologize for saying "en bon point." En bon point, a French word for plumpness. En bon point. En bon point. That's interesting. There's something that just went by.
Who are these people that look at my profile?
Who are the people that look on your profile? No. Let me see. Historically, English speakers used French as a slang term for things that were taboo, risque, or improper, such as French novels or racy books. So racy books were French novels. That's what they used to say. It's interesting that we have categorized the French to excuse ourselves. So we have created a persona for the French that the French that they have now lived into. Wow. And so it says over time, people began using "excuse my French" sarcastically or ironically. So how that phrase changed from I'm about to swear, but pardon my French. But now it's like satire. Wow, what a crazy way a word has changed. Ironically, instead of excusing a fancy foreign word, it becomes a joke pretending that a vulgar English swear word was just foreign language. You couldn't help speaking. Right. So if I say the word, now I don't want to say it. I just don't want to say it because it's like, I say it all the time. I have a dirty potty mouth, and all of a sudden now I don't want to use any profanity. What happened? What happened to me? By the late 1900s, the literal meaning faded completely, and pardon won. Excuse lost, leaving it as our modern habit for apologizing after a curse. Well, sorry, not sorry, people. I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing for shit. Now,
sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. I think that is like the motto of Highly Motivated. Stop apologizing for all these programmed things. Nothing that's your fault. Nothing that you can control. You're apologizing for the rain. You're apologizing for the storms. You're apologizing for a hurricane or tornado or typhoon,
right.
or what's happened to other countries, other people, by other this and that.
Right. I tell my girl that all the time. I'm like, baby, don't be sorry. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, just don't be sorry. Because she'll bump into me on accident, or she'll drop something and she'll look at me. She'll be like, I'm sorry. I'm like, baby, don't be sorry. Just be quiet. She's like, what? I'm like, just be quiet.
Well, no, not be quiet. But instead, don't be apologetic.
Right.
And don't let it like fester in your brain. I know what you mean though, Gavin. Gavin's like, just quiet your mind, baby. Just quiet your mind. Instead of, woman, be quiet.
Right. No, I'm not.
I know what you meant, but I figured there's a better way to phrase it so that at least it still boxes you okay. I'm just saying. Right. We live in an interesting world.
I might look like shit too, because Friday I was in the ER.
No, you're clean right now. This is amazing. Congratulations. Look, we are so happy for you. Everybody is so happy for you.
I couldn't clean myself Friday because I was at the ER. Because Thursday. Now listen, there's a reason I don't drink.
We're listening.
There's a reason I don't drink, because when I start drinking, I can't control it.
Did you drink again?
I did, but I got the okay from the wifey, because the wifey was going out to a party. She was going to go have fun.
Just because the wifey says you can drink, you already know what's going to happen to you. You should be more responsible and say, fuck drinking. I'm just going to smoke the shit out of some shit. I'm going to do some dabs. I'm going to fucking play my stupid video games. I'm going to eat. I'm going to drink some of that Willie Nelson shit. I'm going to drink some of that Willie Nelson THC infused shit instead of drinking alcohol, which is going to destroy my whole emotion. All right, go ahead. What fucking happened?
Yeah, no, I know.
No, tell us what happened to you. Now I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, I blacked out. probably after my 6th drink. I drank the whole pack, which was a 12 pack, which I'm pretty light, so I will black out with a little amount of drinks. I blacked out, and my girl got home around at 3 a.m. and I was passed out on the floor. So she woke me up, and I just started throwing up, and I guess.
Is everybody listening to the ills of alcohol? Continue.
Yeah. Listen, don't drink, y'all. I'm not drinking anymore because this scared the shit out of me.
So you got up, you were throwing up.
Yeah, I got up. I was throwing up. And I took a shower. I don't remember any of this. This is what I'm told. So it's not like a clear story to me. So I can't really explain it that much. But from what I'm told, I took a shower. I fell asleep. And when I woke up the next morning, it was already the next morning. It was 3 in the morning. I woke up at 9, and I had the worst headache, the worst stomach ache, and it wasn't a hangover. I know what a hangover feels like. I had alcohol poisoning.
So you had alcohol poisoning.
Major alcohol poisoning to the point where
everybody, just so you know, he's a pretty young kid. Like when I say young, he's a young adult, and being a young adult like this, I'm just going to state this really quickly. You are destroying your liver, destroying your kidneys. You are destroying a future relationship with the woman that you love, because if you continue to drink, I'm going to tell you straight up, this is the direction you're going to go in. If you continue to drink, you're going to fuck up the rest of those brain cells. If you continue to drink, it's going to mess with your DNA. If you continue to fucking drink, it's just going to mess with your momentum and your confidence and your ability to fucking shine. You're going to let alcohol fucking destroy you. And that makes me so angry, because you can smoke and be high. You can smoke your dabby dabbies, your smoky smokes, your billabong. You like that? You like what I just did? I don't know what the fucking billabong. Bong, your bong. You can smoke your bong. And you know something? You can be happy and smiley and laughing and in control. You can drink and you can almost die. You go back to drinking and you don't know what you're going to do when you pass out. You don't know what you're going to do because you don't fucking remember anything. God forbid you do something that you can't apologize for.
Right.
God forbid you do something and you know that you've already been like, look, you've got to be like, all right, I'm done. How about you be done? Maybe this is it.
I am.
Just do fucking mushrooms and smoke.
Listen, for my 21st birthday, I'm doing a 3-ounce cone instead of drinking now. So
pop a couple mushrooms, smoke a little smoke, just go, see the dimension of time. Don't let it be the end of time.
No, I know.
Do something that's not going to kill you. Alcohol is going to kill you. Look, alcohol tastes like shit. It tastes like shit. I mean, do I drink once in a blue moon? I have a mojito. I have a Moscow Mule. Once in a blue moon, I do a Bloody Mary on a Sunday. But I drink for flavor. I drink for taste. I drink, right, exactly, Troublesome Red. Exactly. You read the comment.
I'm almost there.
You should be almost there. It doesn't matter. You might not make it that far. You might not make it that far because you're fucking up your whole young vibe, man. Because that shit takes it away and fucking destroys people early for the rest of their lives. Because you get stuck in a cycle. Remember, life is cycles. Life is oscillating waves. And you can repeat patterns if you don't break out of that cycle. Right. I know you don't like to hear it. I'm not coming down hard on you. But
no, I know.
It upsets me. I know. You get a hall pass. You get to drink. Was it that good though? Did you enjoy it that much?
Because it was to the point where if I would have fell asleep, my body wouldn't wake up.
Wow. Sorry to hear that, bro. That's bad.
So
not sorry. Sorry, not sorry, Chris. Chris, it's a sorry, not sorry, because
I learned that I have limits, and I know how many wines or beers or whatever it is I'm drinking I can have, and then you're like, well, if I have one more, I'm probably going to have a couple more, you know. So there's a point where you gotta.
And that's how my mind runs. If I drink more, I'm gonna have more, and that I don't want to do
and
that.
So you have an addictive personality, and
right.
you'll be addicted to
You gotta
anything.
count how many you're having, dude. That's what.
Well, it's not even count. You have to know before you even start that this is not going to end well. So don't fucking start.
Bartender, hey, only let me.
You're gonna have to be simple in just how you see life, and there's better ways to to escape reality. Maybe sometimes we need to be more part of reality. You know, maybe in our escape of these things, I don't know, we create something where, look, I stopped drinking once I'm stumbling, which takes a bit. Well, you know, I'm a cheap date. I don't drink very much. I don't like the way it makes me feel though.
Well, I don't drink very much either,
look, when I was younger, when I was a DJ, I was a DJ for many years, and I DJ'd in clubs, I DJ'd in adult bars, I DJ'd in adult entertainment venues. I was a private DJ, but in that, I drank Goldschlager. So my drink of choice was Frangetico on the rocks, or a nice Goldschlager, a couple shots of Goldschlager. So throughout the night of working, customers would bring me many shots of Goldschlager. So before you know it, I'm drinking a pint of Goldschlager. And then what messes me up, then they'll bring tequila. Now, I like a nice tequila, but I don't like to mix the two together. And they'll bring a nice tequila. And tequila to kill you. It will.
To kill you.
And well, I think my wake-up call was a terrible call on my... I've been drugged before in clubs, like roofied. And by the grace of God, I was able to get to a safe place and lock myself in the car. I think I've been very lucky, and I don't drink because I don't like the way it makes me feel. I like to be in control of all situations. You know, even when I'm insanely high, even when I am insanely high, I can still hold a conversation. I can still be intellectual. I can still think and talk and converse like I would if I wasn't high. I mean, just because I'm high means maybe I'm a little more emotionally open. Maybe because I'm high, maybe I'm a little bit more tolerant because my pain is lowered and my mood is balanced. And because of that, I'm more talkative and I'm more open to society and to the world around me. Maybe because I'm high, we get a little weird in our conversations, a little weird in our topics. I mean, Chris, Gavin, Cowboy jumps on the show sometimes, and we get some really crazy topics. I was saying earlier, a moment ago, that look, we're 3 times a week. And we come to this show to just be authentic, just be real. I come on here, I talk about Goldflower a lot because they are the greatest cannabis in Florida. And if you have a medical card, I want people to go to Goldflower Cannabis because it's organics. It's living soil. And where it's not living soil, it's hydroponics. You know, it's hand trimming. All these things are so freaking important. And even, and you know, in everything they do, it's just absolutely delicious. So all that being said, and we do a little cannabis education. Actually, at the beginning of today's show, we were talking about containers and proper containment of your bud. But that's not the whole show. Tonight, we've spoken of the 7 hermetic principles and some very interesting, like hermetic understanding. Would that be, you know, which is, from what we're learning, is possibly an older religion. Or not religion, but older teachings than even the Egyptians. Maybe the Hermetics were the ones who built the pyramids. Remember, the Egyptians found the pyramids like that. And they talk about the underground libraries beneath the foot of the Egypt.
What the fuck is it called?
Right. Look, I'm doing. Thank you. I'm doing my best Sphinx. I was like, yeah, but the Sphinx in Egypt. I mean, there's two of them, by the way. There's one on each side. It's like an entry point. There is so much happening, and so maybe Hermeticism could be one of the oldest teachings in the world, but we know of it at least 2,000 years ago, and the Kybalion was written by the initiates, but we don't know who they are. We don't know exactly how old it was because it's an authorless thing. We can't. Chris, I can't hear you. I saw your mouth moving.
I'm sorry. Thank you for. So I can recite Emerald Tablet number 1 from memory.
Okay.
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 Thoth, the Atlantean, master of mysteries, magician, mighty king, having passed through the halls of Amente and the river of life, ascending once again, I descend into, something like that. No, I used to remember it.
You were doing great. You were doing great.
Cool. I have a YouTube video where the guy, like in a dark voice, and he's like, "I, Thoth the Atlantean, master of mystery." I just love to play that at the park.
But which Emerald Tablet? Is that the one by Hermes Trismegistus? Or is that the one by, I don't know the other person. I was just all fancy with that name. I just remembered it.
Atlantean.
Thoth the Atlantean. But Hermes Trismegistus is a semi-mythical figure.
Yeah, he could have been Thoth. He could have been Mercury. He could have been Hermes Trismegistus.
Right.
Greek god Mercury.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
It might be.
So if you're interested, and that's why, look, I want to remind people that these are micro topics here on the show. And if it's something that interests you, that's why I go back over it a little bit. And tonight we were talking about names like Hermes Trismegistus. We were talking about the Corpus Hermeticum. And we're talking about the 7 Hermetic principles. The Corpus Hermeticum were teachings just like the Emerald Tablets. There are multiple teachings out there, multiple writings that go back thousands of years that speak of what we understand as quantum right now, and
the universe,
mentalism, right?
Matter arises out of the mental process.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I am in shock of how much we don't know still about the world and energy and matter around us.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Tomorrow's a work day, and I got some things coming up here, and it's a pleasure as always. Nice seeing you again.
You know something? Thank you for coming, Chris. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for bringing your energy as always. Your awesome sauce. Have an awesome weekend, or have a weekend.
All right.
Weekend. I'm already at the weekend. Have an amazing week.
I'll probably see you Wednesday if I don't have errands to run that day. I might. I don't know. Yeah, thanks. Have an amazing week. You too.
You too. You have a great new week. Have a great new week. I like the way he comes out. He goes, "Have a great new week."
Keep the faith.
Keeping the faith. It's all about faith. Just keep the belief. Keep the belief. Be you. Be all in. Believe.
Eye of the tiger, man.
Every new phrase is like "Eye of the tiger." Go all the way. No, go for it. What was it?
Rise up, go all the way. Beat your foe. All right, bye now.
See, it's hard to say goodbye sometimes. It's like I call it the long goodbye. when you're leaving the show and you got to leave the show, instead of just being like, okay, bye, and you click it, you just can't do it like that. I can't. Chris can't. Gavin has no problem. Gavin, his phone tells him when he's shutting off. All of a sudden, he'll be like this, and it'll just, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Gavin's phone is done. I have it on charger though, so. Well, okay, but usually when Gavin's phone is done, his phone is done. He doesn't mess around. Gavin, I'm glad to hear that you're okay right now. I'm not glad to hear that you destroy your body and mind and soul at such an early age. At such an early age. And I'm not lecturing you. I just care. And everybody on the show cares. I'm not sitting here telling you how to live because I can't. When I was your age, holy shit. Just holy shit. Just holy shit. I was working at the Colorado Bar and Grill in Houston, Texas at 20 years old, at 19. I was working at the Colorado Bar and Grill. Look up the place. I was the DJ. I was the DJ at like 19 years old in a gentleman's club. At your age, drinking shots of Goldschlager. So I'm not lecturing you in any way, but you have the opportunity of my time. You have the opportunity to already start in a better direction. And understanding how bad it can get, I almost died. My moment of almost death was a New Year's Eve. And I'm not going to explain the exact actions of what I was doing, but for some reason I was hopping from club to club to club. And then I had ended up at a party in an apartment complex, a buddy's house. And I was at a friend's house where I had a bunch of my friends and they had a bunch of their friends. And I was doing hits of X, MDMA. And I was doing something called Red Devils. Red Devils were mescaline and pure MDMA. So to explain that I had in excess of 25 of these, just so you know, everybody, 1 does the trick. 2, to have more than even 10 would be considered stupid and deadly, because it's not necessarily just the MDMA, it's what's kicking it in. So usually they use other things which are also just as dangerous, if not even more. But mescaline is very mind altering. We're jumping super deep down the rabbit hole. And I don't know exactly how I did so much, but just to tell you, I'm an idiot. And at that young age, I didn't realize how much of an idiot that I was. Next thing I knew, after partying for like 3 days straight, and that was the lifestyle we were in. 3 days, people. Yes, there are moments where you kind of fall asleep, you're kind of awake, you're kind of asleep. There's just too many people to keep partying. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And you're barely eating, but you don't even fucking realize it. You get through an entire day, but you're sitting on a couch watching a TV, and then all of a sudden you're back to tons of people. You're like, what the hey? Ha! And so I guess it was within the 3 days I took like 25 pills plus. Then all of a sudden I passed out. And I woke up 2 weeks later almost. From what I understand, I don't remember anything. I'd woken up a couple of times to go to the bathroom, and my friend said like he left out a piece of pizza for me, and I'd like eat this pizza, and then I'd go back to passing out on his couch. So I was the guy sleeping on the couch, but basically I was dead. It was something was looking out for me. Something was saying, I think I was in a coma. I think I was in a coma. And all of a sudden it was like 2-3 weeks later, and I get up and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, how long have I been here? And my friend's like, dude, that is like the 8th time that you've asked me this. And I'm like, 8th time? He goes, yeah, you haven't gotten up very many times, man. And you're up. And I'm like, I'm up. How long have I been here? He's like, dude, like 3 weeks. I'm like, shut the fuck up. What the fuck? What? And I'm like, I smell terrible. He goes, you do, man. You do. Had a couple of parties all around you. You didn't budge. I'm like, so right there, I'm realizing this is not a direction I want to go in my life. Right there, I just realized I almost died. I could have died. Something brought me back. Maybe somebody sat on me during a party and I was like, huh? Like that was like you're getting jolted by the paddles. But that was a moment of realization that I just pushed myself to an extreme, and I don't know why, and I don't remember why, and I don't remember what happened to me or what I had done within a 3-week period. Look, I have a lot of fucking trauma about those 3 weeks. A lot. But in that, it was my fault. It was all my fault. What I had done to myself, like an idiot. You do it to yourself, Gavin. You create your own reality, and you don't like even the reality that you're creating when you do that. So why the fuck would you do it? Simplicity is how I live my life. Simple. If I can't be simple, if I can't explain it, then fuck it. If I can't explain it, I don't give a shit. So that moment right there, so I got up, and even though I had a place, I called my mom. I got up, and the first person I called was my mother. I was like, hey, Mom, you think you can come pick me up? My car isn't here. And she's like, I know. Your car is over here. I'm like, okay. All right. Can you just come get me? I'll get you, but I have so many questions. I'm like, no questions. Just get me, please. I gave her the address. And back then we didn't have phones with Google. We didn't have Google Maps and shit. I had to be like, you know that club I worked at? I'm at the apartment complex across the street. And she's like, okay, I know where this is. I'll be out there exactly this long. And she was, and she got me. And she asked no questions. And I got in the car, and I looked pretty rough from what she said. She said I looked like I died, like death warmed over. And she was like, are you hungry? Of course, the first thing my mother's like, are you hungry? Yeah, I am. So she takes me for Middle Eastern food. Such good food, but it's so heavy. And when you haven't eaten for like 3 weeks, pretty much, you're going to feel it later. That's going to be, I think that was her way of just getting back at me. She knew. She's like, let's go have a little something to eat. I'm going to stop. Come on. Amazing woman, though, picked me up, took me for food, and then dropped me, at my apartment. And I looked at her, I was like, thank you. I went inside. I sat there and realized I lost a part of my life. People in my family thought I was dead, and I don't know who I was, what I said. I mean, there are pictures from the parties, and it's so crazy. It's so crazy because years later, people would run into me and be like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like me and Angie were out on a date. This is like 20-something years ago. We were out on a date at the sports bar, and because we like to play trivia, because together our brains work like genius. Like we're like Mensa level. On her own, Angie is like Mensa level, but together we were like Mensa level. And then individually, I'm like, huh? What happened? Something just happened. So anyways, we're playing trivia, and oh my God, I got to remember the guy's name. I got to remember this dude's name. Big, huge guy. I mean, just so muscular. Great friend. And I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry if you're watching the show or thinking about me in any way. I can't remember your name. Okay. We're going to call him...
Big dude.
Big dude. But this is terrible because it's like, we'll call him Sam. But Sam is another person. I don't want to be like that. And Sam gets his own whole... anyways. I can't believe it. This guy saved my life like twice. And I can't remember his name. Anyways, this guy specifically, he shows up. And we weren't meeting him there. He's a diving instructor for underwater welding. Still, I know everything about him. No name. Holy shit. Is that what happens when you get older? You just don't know anything anymore. So we're sitting there playing trivia and having drinks and appetizers. And he comes over, he's like, Oren, holy shit, you're alive. And I'm like, yes, I am. It's good to see you too. This is the way you come up to me. Just, Oren, you're alive. And I'm like, was I supposed to be dead? He's like, dude, I've got pictures. It was like your last party. It was your last big shindig, which it wasn't actually. The last one, which was really bad of me, because I ended up quitting one drug just to go on to another one. Gavin, be smarter than that shit. Back in the day, I went from that to the cocaina, but even then, it was stupid shit. So anyways, okay, short story long. Dude is like, he's showing pictures, that he had pictures. Back then we had pictures, people. We didn't have the phone. We had pictures. And he showed me pictures of the party, of one of the parties that he was at. And he carries them with him. That's the kind of friend that you have in case he's going to run into me. Or he thought I was dead, and it was the last pictures that he had of me. So, which is also a little strange. And now thinking about it, Angie is looking at these. We're all looking at these. This is when we used to smoke cigarettes. And we were like, oh, that's incredible. And I looked like I was dead. And people were just partying around me. I was like, that right there should have been enough to turn my life around for like everything. It wasn't, but it should have been. Actually, I have to say, becoming a dad turns your life around. You know, right before, like when you become the responsible party for another person. So you become a dad, you adopt in a person, you know, you're becoming dad for that person. That's a responsibility. I think that was like a wake-up call. Realizing that I'm not the most important fucking person in the world. Somebody else is. You know, somebody that's in my care is. They need to eat. They need a roof over their heads. They need electricity. They need warmth. You know, I'm just, they need. And maybe that was I don't know. By the way, I know I'm not showing it. This is gas chata from Goldflower Cannabis. So I started with the cream soda limonada, which is delicious, and it's a hybrid indica. But all right, quickly about cannabis. I don't classify the strains necessarily by indica or sativa. I classify the terpenes as indica or sativa. And whatever terpenes are usually first will indicate the direction, whether it goes sativa or whether it goes indica. Terpenes are flavor, taste, aroma. All of that is very important. So important that when you actually decarboxylate the flower, so before you light your flower on fire, your flower has smell, terpenes, aroma. So aromatic terpenes. Beautiful. When you taste it, these are different taste, they're flavonoids, they're terpenes, terpenoids, flavor-induced terpenoids, I suppose. When you light the cannabis on fire, you decarboxylate it at 250 degrees, it opens up and exposes more than 400 different cannabinoids. Now, they're not all like CBD and CBN and CBC and CBG and THC and THCV, the extended hydrocarbon, or CBN, or it's not just those. It's also terpenes, flavor, aroma. All of that is awakening in the bud. You know? Ooh, what you got there? Which one is that? That looks good.
It's Moroccan peaches. Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Moroccan peaches has the terpenes that help it lean sativa. Look how gorgeous that is. People, that right there is Moroccan peaches by Goldflower Cannabis, a medical cannabis provider in the state of Florida.
Now,
that
I only had one
looks
nug in
delicious.
when I first got it. It
One
was
giant nug?
Big nug of the size of this whole container.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
It was
That's a
so
beautiful nug.
orange. Like, these hairs are so long.
So y'all know he's manhandled that nug. He has torn it apart. That's what he's got left. But look how beautiful that looks. That is gorgeous bud. And so that same bud will always kind of lean sativa, because of the terpenes that it produces as the dominating aromatic flavonoid terpenes. So that's how you see sativa or indica. That's the best way. Because the plants, they're a sativa plant is tall and skinny, and an indica plant is short and stubby. Even though I'm an indica plant, I'm a sativa kind of guy. And this is a good time to remind everybody about the grand opening in Orange Park, Goldflower Cannabis. Grand opening happening on the 19th. There are going to be great deals, great people, great community. I will be there with a megaphone, probably at the street, yelling and screaming and waving at people, having a grand old time. A grand old time.
Shit, that's what we did.
That's what we do. That's what we do. I'm very excited. So yeah.
Just don't get too close to the road in villages.
Don't get too close to the road. You know, I'm not playing with the road anymore, Gavin. I've learned my lesson. I played like a matador at one point. I was so close to the road. I was like, andale! And it was like bulls coming at the red. No. No, I say no. Ow, I can't do that. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Y'all know I hurt myself. I still can't fucking move my neck. Oh, that was bad. Oh, shit. Damn it.
Oh, no.
Damn it. Oh. If it wasn't for cannabis, that's the problem. The cannabis makes me feel too good. And it takes care of so much different pain that I forget sometimes, and then I'll move, and then some shit will happen, and I'll be like, no! Damn you, cannabis, for making me feel so good. You make me feel so good. Ow. I don't know. People, welcome to the show. This is the show, by the way. Oren, Gavin, just talking. Oren, Christopher, just talking. Oren, Cowboy. Oren, East Coast Media. You know, Major Ganji, Major Nugs. Just talking. I think that's one of the grandest things ever. Like, right, I was gonna say, me and Scott, you know, me and Looney, me and Eric, me and, you know, whoever graces us with the show. We got to get Eric on the show. You guys are going to love him. He's like a postmaster general. Maybe that's why he won't come on the show. He's like a postmaster motherfucking extreme out in rural America with his llamas. Is it llamas? Do I keep getting his animals wrong? Alpacas? Is it alpacas that he has?
I think it was alpacas, he said.
Is it alpacas? They just had a little tragedy. One of their alpacas didn't make it. They were just having a baby. I think we were talking about it on the show. And he just let me know. So I want to let everybody on the show know that it didn't make it. But that's farm life. Farm life is hard. It's hard, and it hits you like in the soul. I sold some ducks today. It's like I almost forgot. I sold some ducks and some roosters because we had too many roosters in the hen house. Had to remove some. So we sold roosters, we sold ducks, and they're a beautiful combination duck, just so gorgeous. They're Muscovy and Peking mixed. So they're the product of Muscovy ducks stumping Peking ducks.
I want a duck so bad.
But one of the most beautiful ducks I've ever seen, though, which is wild. It's a white and black duck with a black beak and black feet, and it looks like so I've got a bunch of ducks that look like Cruella de Vil.
Or you want to give me a duck?
You want a duck? You can have a duck.
I want a duck.
Do you want a duck? Listen, they're cute when they're tiny. Listen, they're cute when they're tiny, but when they get big, they can't help it. They shit everywhere. You will have to put a diaper on your duck.
I'll get a fucking
because
diaper. That's okay.
They shit a lot. They're shitting machines. But you know what's interesting about their shit? I'll tell you. You can take duck shit and put it right in your garden. Like you can use duck shit as soon as they shit and put it in your garden, and it's good for your garden.
I mean,
But
actually,
if your chicken
you can
shits,
use any
if a
shit, right?
chicken shit, you have to let it cure. Chicken shit, you got to be able to take it out, you separate it, you let it cure before you're able to put it into your garden. Because if you put it straight in your garden, it will kill everything. So, but duck shit, it's ready. This is the life of a farmer. I never knew this. When I was a city dweller, we didn't know very much. We didn't see the stars at night. We didn't know how to make a fire. We could not survive without internet. But now we have to survive without internet out here because we lose it so often.
I lose mine out here like every fucking week.
Actually, I have to say,
Xbox with like Chase or my brother.
okay, well, I have to say, I have to give T-Mobile props. I have a T-Mobile home internet, and T-Mobile is the fastest internet that I have had since coming here to Florida. So T-Mobile internet, if you want to know what I use, here in the boonies, in the sticks, I get T-Mobile. And it works amazingly. Like I could have somebody gaming on the PlayStation. Just got a PlayStation 5. Amazing. Absolutely loving it. But we could have somebody gaming on the PlayStation 5. We can have somebody on the Meta on the VR, and that takes a lot of connection. We could have phones connected to it, and everybody's at high speed, and there's never any metering. Not that I notice. And even though my connection's better now. Now I used to fight for like 3 bars, and even at 3 bars it was impressive. We just couldn't have a lot of things on it. Now we're at like 5 bars. This is a T-Mobile home internet empire. It's amazing.
I use Spectrum.
You use the Spectrum? Use the Spectrum. Yeah, but mine only cost me $50 a month. Done.
Mine does too.
I remember when internet used to be really expensive. Now shit's gotten much cheaper. But I remember when it used to be like $150 a month. Right.
My brother's paying $100 for quantum fiber.
Is it that fast? Is it amazing?
Well,
now fiber optics is light
actually,
transference through optical cable.
So my brother has a PlayStation 5 and his girl has a PlayStation 4. And when she tries to play in the other room, and it's a small house, the internet doesn't reach all the way to the other room.
Oh.
Where she can't play her PS4. So I wouldn't say get quantum fiber.
Well, no, that's their router then. That's they should have a repeater, something that's either repeating the signal or something that's, it's its own router, like that's plugged into the signal, and now it's routing out a stronger signal. Oh yeah, absolutely, and that will change everything for their gaming. Absolutely everything. I've been testing this one on a Wi-Fi, this PS5, and it's genius. Loving it. So
I can have the Xbox Series X set up, the Xbox One, have the computer and the Nintendo Switches online all at the same time, and still have 5 bars on like my phone or the computer.
So I guess it really just depends. Some areas get bad internet. We used to get terrible internet though. We used to get terrible internet out here. But ever since I've gotten the T-Mobile, it's really been better and better. I just can't complain about it. It's one thing I can't complain about. I can complain about a lot of things. What's that?
You had T-Mobile since you've been out there, right?
Yeah. Well, no, not originally. Originally, I had another service that even set up a Wi-Fi router out here. Mm-hmm. Like they wired it in. So I think that was like Cox or something, or Spectrum, or whoever it is. And it was the worst fucking internet I've ever had. And it was up, it was down, it was always going out. We had to always call technicians. I mean, what a pain in the ass, because we were wired into the box. And I'm like, we're directly wired into the box. We should be fucking lightning. I paid for lightning.
Right.
I got bullshit. And we did that for a couple months. And then finally I said, you people have broken your contract by having a shitty service. Goodbye. And I canceled it. I'm done. And then I tried different things because I needed internet all the time. And I tried different things, but nothing was doing it. So I found T-Mobile.
T-Mobile has some cool things though. I
actually didn't think it was going to work out here. It was actually when they first started offering. So I had the old boxes. I just upgraded. And in the upgrade, it's amazing. It's like it reaches all around our shitty little house.
So that's your phone service, right?
Yeah.
So you can go.
I get so much free shit. Look, I get Hulu. I get Netflix. I pay for Prime, so I get Amazon Prime. But I get all these things free with T-Mobile. The home internet costs $50 freaking, and that's it. You get a great device. You don't ever complain about it. Look, if anybody remembers me back in the day, early shows, I complained about internet all the time, but my T-Mobile didn't reach all the way out there. And so then I would have to piggyback off my phone, and we would have much choppier episodes than we even still have now. We even still now have the choppiest of broadcasts sometimes.
When I was doing a dance, dance. I'm gonna say dance.
You're doing a dance?
Well, I did dance.
Like a Backstreet Boy dance?
Aerial silks.
What?
Aerial silks.
Aerial stilts?
Silks.
Stilts. Stilts.
Silks.
Stilts. Stilts.
No, SILKS.
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 Aerial silks. Do you still do the silk of Ariel?
No. Well, I'm not listen, I'm a lot smaller than when I used to do it, I was a lot bigger.
No, we're listening. We are all ears.
Wait, I'm not even talking about that, but when I used to do it, T-Mobile,
T who? Shut up. No, go back. Go back. What is this? What is this aerial silks? Were you doing this for competition? Were you doing this for? Were you twisting and slippering and slithering and sliding? For show. We're like Circus Soleil. Talk to us.
Kinda. I actually got an offer from Circus Soleil a few years ago, but I couldn't do it because of the people I was living with.
Because of the people you were living with, you couldn't do Circus Soleil? Circus du Soleil?
It's a little private.
Were you not French enough?
I was sexually assaulted when I was younger.
Okay.
By the people I was living with, which is why I couldn't go.
Okay. No,
okay.
That's it. I mean, I didn't mean to push it so much. And I'm glad that you're able to talk about these things. That I have not shocked your world and brought you right back to drinking this evening.
No, it's okay.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's okay. You know why? When's the last time you did this aerial silk? Now, I thought it was aerial stilts, and that you're running around on a fucking pair of gigantic stilts.
No,
I love both of these things, though.
3.5 years.
Is this something that you could set up in your house to practice, or is this something like, you can stick it into the beam of some shit? Or do you go somewhere? Is there a studio?
On a support beam so it can support your weight.
Is there a studio you can go to? And have you been to, by the way, and also have you been to any of these indoor skydiving places?
No, I haven't been to skydiving.
Because you'll love that, because you're all Mr. Bendy with your fucking silks. You could do that shit. You'd love it. Okay. So no, I'm asking because Is this something you would still enjoy? Are you a silky boy?
I would. It's just
I'm like a silky boy. I don't know what the fuck even that is. He's like, I am
the
a silky boy. How
people
did you know? How did you know that, Oren?
had-
How'd you know the same?
People that did that to me were my dance teachers. I
Oh,
was living with my dance teachers,
oh.
and I actually, I hadn't come out with it till I moved out.
Don't come back. Don't go back to the same dance teachers. No. Wait, but first off, just don't. No. I mean, no. I'm telling you, don't go back to these teachers. These are bad
they're not
teachers.
dance teachers anymore. I just don't trust dance teachers.
No, I wouldn't trust these dance teachers, especially. I'm just saying, don't fucking go back to these. Don't do it. That would be fucked up. Listen,
Like right after I left, their whole studio fell apart. Like, cause
well, obviously they were bad juju. So did you bring them to justice? Did you?
I tried. He kind of ran away to Tennessee, and the courts didn't really care for it. But yeah, I don't know.
If you've moved on with your life in that way, and you don't want to spend your life going after these people, because that affects your energy and that affects your time, and if you feel like it's going to be one of those things, and I understand, I just hate to see, you be taken advantage of in any way. But in that, let's not bring up old demons.
Right.
Other than you doing silkies over here, silky smooth. You ever watch the Zohan? Silky smooth. I just have you watched the Zohan?
I have watched the Zohan.
Good. Just saying, that's a movie of energy and power and unity, and people coming together under falafel and pita, and hummus. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
People coming together.
I love aerial silks.
So do you still do it? Do you still want to do it? Again.
I would love to do it. I mean, it's just money right now, because classes are obviously money. But
is there a competition? Is there a like a meetup once a year where they're like, all right, show us your magic?
Shit, no, I wish.
So so you learn it basically just for your own twisty turvy, or do you rent yourself out to places and bring a mobile unit?
Like when I was doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. When I was doing it, I mean, we put out shows like.
I mean, minus the shitty shit. Don't think of the shitty shows. Just go to the good shit.
No. Like, I don't know if y'all ever. It's like aerial silks is one thing I've done. I've done acting for the dance studio, which was Nutcracker. I've done like live action Nutcracker.
I can't. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I knew you were about to laugh. So I'm laughing with you at the same time. Fucking Nutcracker. No, go on. I did Charlie Brown Christmas, and I did Under the Moon. I did. No, Over the Moon. I think it was Over the Moon.
3 years in a row.
Oh, so you didn't do one Nutcracker. You came back for more. But with the aerial stilts or as acting?
Just acting. It was no aerial stilts. It was like ballet dance. I was like dancing with this. It was a duo.
You're opening up all new worlds for us right now, Gavin. He's like, no, I'm not just an aerial silkist. I do ballet.
No, I was kind of.
I can Perrier. What is it?
I can.
What is it?
I can.
But what is it called?
I don't even fucking know. It's for.
Shut up, you know it. Shut up, you know what it's called. Shut up, what is it?
No.
Don't be like that. Don't play.
I don't know.
A Perry. Yeah, don't make me be able to say that shit.
I don't even know.
You should. You know, I can do a. Actually, I can't. I can't do shit.
Like,
I can't do shit. I try to do something, I'll fucking die. I try to do anything, I'll fall, I'll die. I'll be done. And it's like, and I'll be like those commercials where I'll be leaving my body and going, oh shit, that killed me. Son of a, really?
Yep.
Did you see that
The
commercial? It's like
Nutcracker-
somebody dies and they keep going and then they stop and they're like, oh, really? Like they got out of their car. Like all they did was they got out of their car. I think maybe it's a meme. Maybe it's an Insta Cha-Cha or a reel or something. But they literally just step out of the car. When you get old, it's like you step out of your car, you die. I'm just saying, I do a move, a pirouette. A pirouette! A pirouette?
I think
Does that
so.
sound like it?
It sounds like it.
A pirouette. It's like when you jump and your little
Your legs.
whatever. It does something.
It twinkles.
It twinkles. Your fucking toes twinkle, yo. Well,
But the Nutcracker.
I am feeling no
involved the
pain
whole
again.
studio,
That's
which
great.
involved,
This is actually
like,
quite nice.
like
Yes,
the
chata.
like the Nutcracker involved the whole studio as the show. So it was like the little ones had a scene, we had a scene. I had a scene where it was a duo where it was just me and this girl, which I had to dance with this girl.
Oh, look at you.
I did not like. Rachel did not like either, which was it's kind of like why you can't have a relationship and dance.
Well, no, you can. It's not just about security. See, dance is something that's so. Look, Spanish dancing. It's not the closeness is to feel the energy of the body and where it's going to move. You just have to be comfortable. So same with dancing or ballet or flamenco or anything, any kind of dance. There's a separation. But yes,
But
I can see the
we were
jealousy
young,
factor. I
so
can
it's
see that
just-
shit.
It was just
Even
fun
especially when
show.
you're young, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, swing dancing. Oh, and I heard some what was it? It was like, throw back a bottle of beer. What was it?
I don't even know.
Come back with your cold black hair. Zoot Suit Riot, riot. So Zoot Suit Riot by something Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Oh, right there. Cherry Poppin' Daddies, Zoot Suit Riot. Holy shit. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I just relived a moment of my life. Okay.
I did like 3 years of Nutcracker. I did these train shows, which was like Zombie Train, the Christmas Train. Which
All right. All right. The train?
Yeah, like the.
Were
train
you
was
on a
moving,
train?
Yeah, we had
Like
open air cabs.
Like a choo-choo?
Post cabs. Huh?
Like a choo-choo? Like
Yeah,
a choo-choo
yeah.
train? You were on a choo-choo train? Okay. Just checking.
Have you been to Kingsland, Georgia before? It's like
I
right
have
there.
been, but I don't remember a train, a choo-choo. Like what you choo-choo. I know they do big choo-choo. There's some fucking amazing choo-choo trains out there. Was it one of these amazing kind of performing?
Yeah, we perform on the train. We start at the station where
Interesting.
everyone sits and everyone gets
Okay.
on the train, and we'll.
Oh,
say
like
the food.
okay, so you do like a zombie, you do like a Christmas, you
Yeah.
do like a this. Okay.
And the zombie one was one of my favorite ones because I was actually one of the main antagonists in it.
Okay.
Kind of. Because
Okay.
I started off, I was the first zombie, which I was the strongest zombie. So there was a scene where the train was moving and we're off the train. And when we're off the train, we had to beat the train to these spots and get ready for the scenes. And we have such little time, like maybe 5 minutes or less.
Holy
till the train
shit.
gets there. Because the first scene we start at the station, and then we have to I get shot by a shotgun by blank. Which, listen, when you get too close.
So are
to
you
the
playing
blank,
at each one of the stations and on the train, or?
Yeah, we play at the station at first, where everybody's at, and they get their tickets and all that for the show, and then they get on the train, or we do like a little stage show at the station, and then they get on the train, and then we do like a little opening scene on the train. And it's hard to explain.
No. I'm intrigued. I've seen different shows. I've seen different things, and
Yeah.
it's like something that I've seen before. Amazing. No, I think that there's a lot of motion and movement, and you've really got, you don't have much time. You actually race to another station.
Yeah, we
by
have to
car
race to another spot.
by car, and
not
they
another
race to another station.
Not another station, just another spot where the train is moving, and we have to do a spot or like scene while the train's moving.
And then you get back on the train, or
no, we get back in the car after the train leaves, and we have to race the train to the next spot. And the cops didn't know about this at first. So when we first did the show, we're attacking a car with blood, like fake blood all over us. And this car's honking at, like, we had one person in the car, and this is Georgia. We're all covered in blood, and we had like 10 people attacking this car. And this Georgia State pooper pulls up behind us and lights his sirens and pulls out his gun and like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Oh no.
And we all get on the floor, like, bro, we're doing a show. We're doing a show. He's like, no, you ain't. What the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
So the lady of the car gets out, and she's like, we're okay. We're just doing the show for the train. And they're like, oh, okay. She puts out the gun and calls the other police officers, and all the police officers just get on and lights up their sirens and was like, we'll just light up the sirens. Y'all just do your thing. We're like, you're just fucking up the show.
Wow. That's wild. That is wild. So Gavin's talking about how they used to perform on a train, and you'd start at the station, you'd have a scene, and then you got to race to the next location where you do another scene, then you race to the next location, you do another scene. But when they were in their zombies, the state trooper with 10 people in the car, they're all bloody and just wild. I would imagine that trooper was just thinking that the apocalypse is upon us. And in Georgia, I believe it. Because the Georgians, not saying nothing bad about you Georgians, I'm just saying.
No.
No. I'm not saying anything bad. But they see some shit like this, they take it a little bit differently. No, fucking around.
One thing to let y'all know, when you're shooting blanks, don't get close to the gun still.
No, it's loud. And and it can get loud. Yeah, because something is coming out. It's still a bullet, basically, but without, it's just gunpowder. So you're going to get hit by,
Right. My opening scene, I had a serum that turned me into a zombie from my fake mom, which was the doctor that controlled all the zombies from the serum or whatever the fuck. And after the serum, where everybody gets on the train, and I'm acting as a civilian on the train, just for like, I'm not a zombie yet on the train. I'm turning into one, and I'm next to the these people like that are not in the show next to me, so it's just like they don't know I'm part of it.
Okay.
And then the people that are part of it comes up to me, and they start temperature checking all these random people, and they temperature check me, and or temperature check me, and my temperature was over the limit supposedly. And they'll take me off the train, and they'll be like, you gotta go, you can't be here, you're infected or something. And I'll turn around, and the dude with the shotgun, I'll attack. And the dude with the shotgun will shoot me once while I'm like up close to him. And listen, when I was up close to him, don't be up fucking close. I got shot in the ass, and I got shot in the ass, I had pants and like thick pants and underwear on. It made a hole in my pants.
I would be very careful where you get shot with, especially a blanks shotgun, and especially a shotgun. I would still be scared. They're like, "Are you sure these are blanks?" They said they're blanks. I'm just saying.
I
That's
was
what they
actually the
said.
one to go get the blanks with the people because I was with the dance teachers and all that. So,
Okay, let me tell you, you've had a very exciting acting career. You
I
know,
tried. It was
acting
fun.
isn't always the movies. I mean, we think acting is the movies, but acting is dinner theater. That's like dinner theater, but that's not like regular dinner theater. That's like you're on the go, you're on train platforms, you're racing through traffic. You're doing
Yeah.
more than the normal presentation, and it's acting. And that's an incredible experience to already have had at such a young age. So stop fucking it up.
No,
And again,
I know,
we're not lecturing you. I'm not lecturing you.
No, I know.
We
One of
fucking
the
care.
best shows we actually had.
care.
It was not the zombie or Christmas train. It was one of the murder mystery trains we had.
I bet that was fun.
And it was for older
You
people.
do that on the train.
Of course, it was 18 plus.
Okay.
I was not 18
So
at
that's
the
old
time,
people? That's old people. Anybody
Well,
18 plus at that point? All right,
Listen, it was all older people.
What's older people in your head? Damn it. You're fucking things up right now with this older people bullshit. It was all old people. What is old? It's okay. I'm fucking with you. No, I'm fucking with you. It's okay. Go on. Go on.
Listen,
It's all right.
I mean, these old people used to hit on us, and we used to get tipped so fucking much from these old people.
Because they're old and senile. You quit it with this old.
And
what is this say with this mature crowd? With this adult crowd. We can be an adult crowd, damn it. We don't have to fucking be old. You old people. I mean, he's funny, but he's old. They tip great. The old people tip.
I'll send a video of one of my Aerial Silks performance in Discord for y'all.
Okay.
But I looked different back then. I was bigger.
I bet you did. Let's see some of this Aerial Silken. We're ready. We are ready. We are ready.
I wish I had photos of.
I wish
shows,
you did. We all
actually,
wish
I do. Only Zombie Train, because when we were doing this Zombie Train, we actually met these young couple that were taking videos of me and Trip, my brother. We were doing like a little skit, and
this is Zombie Train where?
In Kingsland, Georgia.
Hold on. This is the wonderment of the internet, because we didn't have this shit when I was growing up. When I was growing up, people would say some shit and we'd be like, in today's day and age, we might be able to find pictures of them. So Zombie Train in
Kingsland, Georgia.
Kingsland, Georgia. What year?
2023, I want to say.
The Zombie Train, also called the Survivor Train, is an annual October Halloween event hosted by Georgia Coastal Railway out of Kingsland Station at 440 South Lee Street in Kingsland, Georgia. While the historic Kingsland Station building dates back to 1915, the specific seasonal Zombie Train excursions are recurrent modern annual events. That's a mouthful. Rather than tied to a single historic year. Wait. So there were multiple historic years where they had zombies?
I don't even know.
Are they recreating something that... Here, let's go with images. And, wait. What year, by the way?
So let's say 2023. If not, 2022.
Zombie Train, Kingsland, Georgia, 2023 pictures. It's a big red train. Okay. Look at you. I see. I mean, I didn't find you yet. I see somebody in a blue shirt. Let me see. Did you? I mean, oh, interesting. Do you recognize anything there?
Yeah, that's the balloon dude.
Oh, I thought it was just some random hobo. But hold on.
No, that's the balloon dude that was on the train. Used to do the balloons for the kids.
I found Gavin. I found him.
Where? Nah, that's not me.
No, I haven't found him yet. I don't know, man. I don't know. I found a pirate.
I forgot who that was. I forgot. It's been a long time, or well, quite some time.
Actually, that looks like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, he looks like a Jack Sparrow. And nope, I thought I found you. But no. Every single person I'm finding out here, I'm like, I think I found them. What?
See if you can find the murder mystery ones. They have more. I think they have more pictures of that one.
Okay. Murder mystery, Kingsland, Georgia train, 2023, 2024. Okay. That's it. My AI just waits sometimes. It's just like, not my chat GPT, but whatever this Gemini thing is or whatever. I'll say shit and it'd be like, you have more? I'm like, no, that's it. An interactive theatrical train. Kingsland, Georgia. They still do it. They said it's never been the same since Gavin left us. That their words directly. Never been the same since you left them.
I wish.
Let me see. Yeah. Oh, it's a blue train and a red train. And murder mystery dinner. I found him as a cowboy. Wait.
No, that's the Wild Wild West show.
Shut up. That was you, Gavin. Shut up. I found you. Listen. Wait a second. No. Here we go. Maybe this is where he's at. Okay.
Oh, actually, maybe. I can't see. If I can see clearly, maybe.
Listen. You're just gonna tell me now though that I found you. That's it. Just be like, listen, Oren, you found me, and that's it.
Let me.
No, I found you. I found you. That's it. Look, we're making Gavin show his dinner theater experience, which is hysterical, but it's not. It's great. I think it's great. And I think he should get back into the acting. I think he should get back into dinner theater, because here in Florida, there's a lot of dinner theater going on. And he's in the villages. They're dinnering and theatering, early birding all the time. That is absolutely hysterical and fantastic at the same time. Hysterical in a great way, like, how you look back at your past and things that you used to do. I just stated it, Gavin, that I think you should get back into dinner theater. And you're in the villages area, and there are old people going to dinner and theater at the same time all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
You should do like a traveling whodunit murder mystery. Maybe leave the shotgun out. And then for the old people, leave the zombies out because you will be responsible for a lot of heart attacks. Like maybe a nursing home will bring you in to do a show when they're ready to remove some of the citizens or some of its inhabitants. It's like, we're full. Well, what do we do? Some people just need to move on. Put those people at the front of the show. And when he does the shotgun and he starts bleeding out, look, I'm just saying, we might lose a few. We might lose a few. That's so morbid. Sorry, not sorry. That is so morbid. And maybe they're not thinking that, and I am. And again, terribly morbid. I feel terrible. Lee, morbid about these things that I've just said. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, here's a picture.
Okay, so let me see. That's you?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Twisty. And so you haven't fallen, have you?
Oh, I fell a few times.
Wow. You should get back into this. You should do
20
some
feet from
performances.
the air.
I'm telling you. You should do a little bit of like you could I mean, what do you do? Like, how do you lease out your abilities? I guess you can only show up the places that have the ability to do silks, right? That looked like, what is that, like a theater that you were at? It looked like they just...
I was at UF.
Okay. So it looks like you know what you're doing. Mr. Bendy splits in the air. Most guys can't do splits on the floor. Here's Mr. Bendy doing splits in the air. Bet you're proud of yourself. I bet after you've been drinking, you can't do splits in the air. Or twisty in your silkies.
No, I might not be able to.
I'm just, that's amazing. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you have, such a talent, and you shouldn't squander that talent.
No, I know.
You should not squander that talent. That being said, I have to go. I have a headache. I have to start noticing when I have things like that it's time for me to stop.
Here's the nutcracker.
Let me see.
I am right here.
That's Gavin's nutcracker.
It's me and Rachel during the nutcracker after the stage photo.
Wow. That is fantastic. Was Rachel was in it as well?
Yeah.
Oh, look how fantastic that is.
This is Rachel.
Looking like some Sinbad or something over there.
It was the Arabian dance in Nutcracker.
Arabian, see? I said Sinbad. I was on it. Dark of the Moon. I was in Dark of the Moon, and I was in another one called Under the Bridge. I was in community theater. It was, look, I loved it. Oh, this is not doing well. Okay.
All right. I'll see you later, Oren.
Hey, I'll see you later as well. You be good. You be good.
Always.
You're like, I'm always good. I'm always good. Let me tell you something. You are all amazing. And I do this show for you. I do it for me. I do it for everybody. I do it as our digital meetup because that's what this is. That's what it is. It's a little chit-chat about everything in the world. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I think the cats are freaking me out a little bit and headache. Anyways, thank you for coming to Highly Motivated. I'm Oraganji, and this is gonna be a great week. This is gonna be a great week. You have to believe it. You have to already see it. Look, just really quickly, you may look at life like yin and yang, the duality of life. So I'm here to tell you that there is no yin and yang. There is only what you anchor. There is only what you give presence to. I do not see life as anything negative not working, anything negative not happening. I only see that we are already winning in everything that I do. In everything that I do, I only see that we are winning. And in the win, there is no lose. So there is no need for a balance. I'm not balancing anything in life because there is no negative. There is no lose. There is no down the rabbit hole. Instead, there's only win, and only winning, and only happening, and only manifesting and creating and bubbling and churning. But I only see win. Life wins when you believe it. It's already written. It's already written. So why not win? You choose. You believe. And that energy, that's emotion, that's self and life. It's simple. You overcomplicate it. And I said this even at the beginning of the show. Why overcomplicate? You start to overcomplicate something and then, I'm out. If you can't simply explain it, I'm out. I am out. So that's it. We've learned big things about Gavin. Thank you, Gavin, for sharing, by the way. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. You've been through some very difficult things that I did not know about. And, we send you positive energy, and you're already stronger because you could talk about it. And your strength is what shines. And your strength is what holds you high. And remember, you already have that strength inside of you. You already have that positivity inside of you. You already have that healing. And you choose to heal. You choose to move on. You choose to be stronger. That's amazing. You all can choose. Everybody can. Everybody can choose to be stronger. You are already amazing. That's all it is. That's all there is to it. You don't have to wait to be amazing. You don't have to wait to shine. You already shine. You already shine. Thank you, everybody, for coming to Highly Motivated. We still done like 2+ hours, 2 hours, 40-ish. Thank you again, everybody. Good night. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Oh, you can see us again Wednesday, 8 o'clock-ish Eastern Standard. So it might be 8, it might be 8:30. Yeah, I'm just saying. It is what it is. Have an amazing week. It already is. It already is. Already. Sunday, end of the beginning. It's the beginning of the end. Sunday, Sunday's your Monday. This is the Monday. We already have the Monday. So the Monday is just another day. So don't look at it like the day. There is no the day. Okay, that's it.